falling down these lies again. This feeling that I have deep down inside. I just wanna be the one you need. And now I need you by my side. I can't sleep at night. Let's get lost in time. Leave it all behind. I can't get.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, how y'all doing? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope everybody is having a good one. We already got a team ready. Boys, tonight is the night. Tonight is the 5V5 1v1 Duels over in the region of EU. With all my beautiful boys. Now, we might have to add some restrictions on the classes that can play this evening based on last week's performance, but I want as many of you guys a chance to participate in the duels if we can. Hi, y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. We got new class changes as of 10:05. We got even more stuff apparently on the horizon. They announced that there's going to be Guardian changes, but then the list isn't final. They're going to add a couple of more. Also, Valor and Conquest and cross-faction mythic rating is available as of next week. So the catch-up benefits are plugged in, man. 10:07 in the works in PTR. I'm actually surprised to see what a 10:1 would look like. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one, boys. Yo, let me hop on. So we got one group of Jesus. Do I need to make a second group or you guys got it yourselves? Let me check. How y'all doing, by the way? Hope everybody's having a good one. Boys, we got ourselves some dude. We got ourselves Curtis and Celtic Jesus. How y'all doing? Welcome back. Yo, so question, boys. As we do these duels, don't need to answer it right now, but you can think about it. Should we sit rogues on the bench tonight? Or should we let rogues play? We tried letting rogues play last week. And it was one of those things where rogues are using that vanish cooldown reduction thing to kind of reset, survive, live forever. Basically live inside of the cooldowns forever and ever and ever. Happily ever after. So when we sat rogues, a lot more classes became playable. A lot more variety was seen that day. So as we do these duels, I want you guys to keep that thought in mind. Alrighty, Death Spectator coming back on. Oh, by the way, I gotta get the new mug of this thing, dude. We got gray gear that we can transmog now. I gotta update that fit. How y'all doing though? Shane, how you doing, man? Someone said Ricard. How you doing, my man? Monk player, how you doing, my guy? Christus, how you doing, man? Good day, daddy. What's up, my guy? Hope you having a good one. Give him a chance. Alright, you guys are saying give him a chance on, huh? Oh, trading post. Wait, we can get a fit from a trading post. Hold up. Kragar? That's the name I haven't seen in a while now. What the hell? Where did this man come out of? Kragar, my man. How we doing? Hope you're having a good one. Can I just buy stuff? Okay, we can get Kragar in. We can immediately get Kragar in. Hold on a sec. Wait, is there a guy supposed to talk to? Speak to? Oh, here he is. He walks over here. I thought he was like, oh, wait, oh, he's out here. But I guess he's got his own like schedule. He does his own stuff. All right, what are we looking like, man? Can we mog into anything cool? I guess I could do one of these, yeah. Give us some bandoliers, maybe. Get the hoodie combo. I don't really know. I feel like, yo, Aura, my man. Hey, can we get a hashtag in the chat for Aura? My guy, 26 months. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate ya. Thank you. That is awesome. Thank you so much, fam. I really do appreciate it. That is super, super kind, super generous of you. Thank you so much for being here, my guy. Always happy to have you. I guess I'll maybe do the whole, like, bouquet, course, flowery combo. Let's get a bandolier, too. Just gonna buy a couple of these things. Alrighty. Bought some stuff. And they give you one more tender. Hey, spend some. You earned it. You deserve it. You're beautiful. So Cracker's ready. I guess Cracker is the Team Jesus, yeah? They're together. Let's see. I guess I'll make a second group then, yeah? Raids Legacy. 5-5-1 caps. Wait. Are you guys different teams? Hold on a sec. You guys may be different teams, huh? Alright. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it a good old college try. We'll see how that goes. My team against Kragar. Yo, if somebody wants to host a group over in LFG while I get these guys running, you guys are more than welcome to, by the way. By the way. Hope everybody's having a good one. Kragar. And Jesus, dude, I'll switch my music in a second. I don't know if you guys not feeling the vibe. I'm really not feeling the song. Imagine if we listen to this one while we doing duels. I feel like it's like too bubbly or too weird. Not bubbly, but like this doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Let me know if that didn't work and if I need to requeue to a different group or something. My team against Kragar. Yeah, I'll get you guys in. Looks like I tried to kill in the Grand Arena. It didn't work. Do I switch it to an Arena? I would have done a Grand because it's like a good starter. I'll get a Blades Edge too. Blades. Again, I'll do Blades. Queued, please. Yeah. Queued. It's still not working. It's not working. I have no idea. Twitch TV, what's up, my guy? Can I get a tourney? You guys are more than welcome to. Is this a tournament? Would you guys call this a tourney? I wouldn't necessarily call this a tourney because I feel like that's a very, very official word. And I think it'd be cool to host something more official. But the 5v5 1v1 DUELS, the way I look at it is like it's me hanging with the boys. You know what I mean? It's hanging out with the boys, having some good old duels like you would outside of Duratar or outside of Stormwind. That's kind of the vibe I try to give these things. Not super overly serious. Definitely a place where you can show off skill, but also big emphasis on that entertainment value, on the fun value. You know what I mean? While inside of that proper arena setting, how PvP is designed. Okay, that queue doesn't work. Okay, let's do Blades Edge on. Blades. That Grand is not working. Blades Edge. Let me try it. I'll get you guys in here as soon as I can. Kragar, dude. As soon as I got my man Kragar whisper me, "You're ready?" I want to snag that man, dude. I want to fish him out of the water and just hold on to him as best as I can because we barely see my beautiful boy Kragar in these duels. I love seeing that man in here. Okay, for some reason it's not working, by the way. Q is not working. I have no idea. I tried to queue you guys for 2 different arenas. It's still like waiting. It's still counting down. It has to do both queued for 2 arenas. What is happening? That rug does penetrate. I mean, that could happen. Is that what you were into? People don't like rogues. Yo, PvP are the wildest thing ever, bro. It's been a bit of like a meme with the titles. At some point, I was just like, you know what? What if I just try this? I was like, all right. Well, you guys, the regulars seem to enjoy it, so we'll just throw it in there, man. Been a bit of a meme. I'm not sure what's going on. Relog? Okay, let me try unqueue you guys from all the arenas. I'm not sure what's going on. Nie работает. Yeah. Let me try again. Na grand. Проблема не у нашей группы. Okay. Yeah, it is definitely something's bugged. Something's definitely busted in this one. Not sure what's going on. Could be on my end. We'll try to requeue you guys for Na grand again. We'll see how that works. If it works at all. Give it a second. It says the request has been sent. It looks like Jesus may be relogging. Doubt for sure. Just practicing around, playing with the PvP. Yeah, man, more than welcome to. And you guys are all welcome to join, man. All of you guys are welcome to join in. Anybody and everybody's welcome to join the 5v5 1v1 duel scene, man. That's what I love seeing, is some fresh blood. I love getting a lot more names in there because you got a lot more variety of players in here. Night King, how we doing? 3 out of 5. Today is an A, you goober. Or today's a U. Is it you goober? Today is EU. Tomorrow is an A. Tomorrow is an A. I think Night King might have had himself a long week, man. I feel like that's how you know the man's had a long week. Wait. It is Friday. It is. It is Friday. Man is already out here forming a group over for the team NA. I appreciate that effort, man. The way you showed us. Okay, hold on. Let's do blades. Okay. Oh, we didn't get a queue for that one. That's good. Blades and should hopefully work because we had a decline from Jesus. Nothing happened. Oh no, I'm out here to hijack the EU. That could work. I was wondering why do you have those Arthas in the countdown? I was we're just having a rogue in your main rogue. Cause who the hell doesn't love Arthas, man? Like I could be a rogue, but I love that boy, man. Arthas is awesome. One of the best villains slash anti-heroes slash heroes slash champions of Azeroth, man. Honestly, that boy deserved better. Hey, we're in, boys. First arena up and running of the night. For them 5V5 1v1 duels, man. I love it. I kind of want to add this song to the duels mix, though. I like this one a lot. How do I add this one? How do I add this songy to the mixy? Because I like this one a ton. I feel like this one would fit really well. Alright, shuffle. Let me get my duels mix in here, boys. Not this song. That's a good song. Not this one. Let's not start with this one. You know what I mean? Alright. Let's do next. I'm just trying to find a good one, dude. I'm trying to find a good one to start the day off with. Not that one either. What am I feeling like, man? I gotta get a song that I'm just feeling. Okay, I also gotta fix this real quickly before that gets all kinds of scuffed up. Yo, we're off to a fantastic start today, aren't we, chat? We're off to an amazing start. So, Twitch, got ourselves team 1 together with Ant of Addon returning back as an unholy threat. We got ourselves Duel. Man, I have no idea how to pronounce the rest of your name. All I can read is Duel part versus Yasha the Paladin. First up, Duel versus Passion. Duel going in with a bit of a Night Fae Stomp, trying to see if it can activate that 8% more damage to stack up with all the other bows. Big Lexi, but Yasha with a Fist Fury to follow. He's trying to go for a bit of a check of the Windlord, but not committing magic cooldowns for this one. Yasha trying to see if he can turn around. Big Trinket port out of Duel before he gets locked out with a stun. Now that he's given up the Trinket, the next stun go by Yasha. If he has himself a bunch of procs, maybe a big old final wreck. If you can just coalesce a bunch of boats together, he'll be in a fantastic spot, trying to see if he can maximize the value off his wing swinging cap, as well as completely on a retreat right now. Does he have any more mobility? Big jab to juke out Yasha, waiting for him to was about fall off the edge of the bridge, and it's gonna go for a jab to port him back to where the guy was. The way that jab charges to the enemy is all kinds of weird. Stun to Duel could be in a bad spot. Big wake up ash for Yasha, but looks like he may not be enough to break through the defenses on the monk. Does have himself plenty of survivability, plenty of mobility to back up and retreat out of a bad situation. Got it up to the miss in order to make sure that those survival are an instant cast every time he casts one of those. But he's waiting now, trying to see if he can buy some time. The Paladin looking pretty good so far. Does not really have too many defenses given up yet. Go, trying to see if he can have a go. Big burst with Yasha. Is he going to land those major crits? Looks like unable to yet. Is trying to be extra careful around that shield of vengeance. Trying to hold on to his defenses as best as he can, as the monk has to play the hit and run playstyle. You'll see every time monk is up in melee, it takes a lot of damage. Big this over to Yasha. Still got himself the hammer. Does not need a weapon or to take down the monk. Duel man to pop a big defense. Got himself the 4 brew. May not be enough. Bubble immunity for Yasha. Trying to see if he can finish off the monk. The monk got plenty of mobility, and it's going to be able to port as well as roll away in order to try to see if he can find himself a cover behind the pillar. Yasha needs one more big go. Karma to follow. Blinded to Duel. Does he just go maybe bob the Karma? No, he's just going to play defensively. Heal up a little bit. Let the sustain healing, I guess, sustain him with flash of lights. But he got the monk on the ropes right now. Duel is going to have to make a play. No more bubble available for the Paladin. Could go for a blessing of protection either way, though. But he's trying to use whatever mobility he can in order to try to recover. Yasha just needs one good dodge, one good lockdown on the monk. The monk has a tricky coming up very, very soon. Try to see if he can go counter-offensive here. Fist of Fury parrying out Yasha. Stun to break the Fist of Fury. Tricky to follow. May not be enough right now, though. No weapon available, but still running the hammers right now. Just needs one more hammer throw. Take down Duel. Does the man have another port? He does have a second port. He can port back to his last location within 10 seconds just to make sure he got himself survivability. Look at the mobility of this man as he's just running for his life. He has to be running. No more trinket. You only got himself diffuse magic, which will help you with some of the holy damage. But Yasha, a portion of your damage is physical too. Blade of Justice, like a big blade that rises from the ground. You would imagine it's like a holy spell. No, that's a literal blade. It's all physical damage. So some stuff is going to be able to bypass it easily. Next up, Yasha got himself a big defensive eye for an eye to try to see if he can counteract the damage. Duel rolling out after popping off a bit of a serenity, try to see if he can back away from Yasha. As the man got a hodge, disarmed. As we saw earlier, the paladin does not need a weapon. Disarmed does nothing for you, or almost nothing. We're into a final reg. Duel trying to go for a bit of a kick, trying to get counter-offensive. Shield of Vengeance short and cool. That is going to give Duel or Yasha a bit of opportunity. Baiting out a board from the monk really early on does give him that advantage, so the monk cannot put himself back up on top of the platform as quickly. Next, blind could be very, very deadly for this monk. Yasha Shield of Vengeance falling apart. Duel trying to see if he can recover as much health as he can. So for the monk's strategy of kite and run has been saving him, but so far still on the back foot, has not been able to shift positions, has not been able to go into a more aggressive stance, has not been able to recover properly. Blinded Duel during his full go as the karma comes out. This way Yasha try to see if he can maximize damage. Does the man have a hodge? He does have a hodge. No way to get out of it. Gonna be Yasha's potentially taking him out here. Got himself a good proc of Seraphim. It's gonna be a leg sweep to follow right after. Bomb for Yasha as Duel trying to go for a fist of Thunder Fury. And got himself a port. Is he able to port again? Got himself a bit of a reposition. Yasha looking for a bit of recovery. While we get Zulus joining the membership, can we get asking Zulus in chat? My man, Zulus, thank you so much, my guy. Yo, connect your YouTube account to our Discord. You'll get a special role. Have fun spamming the emotes on the chat as much as you want to, my guy. Thank you so much. Disarm to Yasha. As he got himself a shield of vengeance, should be able to counteract Duel. Duel with a trick and big damage. Everything goes out for both of them as it looks like Duel decided, you know what, I'm going to get hyper offensive, but may have been the wrong move. As he just tried to see if he can get away from Yasha. Just blading out to someone. What is this here? Damage over time? Might have been... Oh, I think it was Exorcism. I think the Exorcism dot was what was melting him just now. Exorcism dot is actually surprisingly beefy. Yeah, a lot of paladins, Atherman, for example, swapped out to Exorcism recently, and the damage that thing can do is actually quite substantial. Gonna be a quick interrupt as he's trying to prevent the mind games from... Oh my goodness, your name. KTUL Sotum. Soltum? I am gonna call you Soltum. Bubble out of Yasha. Soltum doesn't go to remove it just yet, but he got himself a pretty good position. Try to see if he can find himself an angle versus Yasha. Yasha's gonna have to use every trick up his sleeve to try to prevent the mind games. If you can do that, he may be able to find himself some recovery. But right now, this paladin is under a ton of threat, ton of pressure. Blind onto Soltum is gonna throw in the hammers. Unable to break the blind as long as he's hitting him with abilities with the radiant or holy damage. Gonna be a consecration down. Soltum trying to go for a little bit of health, a little bit of recovery. Mind games does almost make its way through, but a quick interrupt by Yasha may put Soltum in a bad spot. Interrupted on Shadow cannot use abilities like disperse or his... Oh my god, he got so low. It's like disperse or vampiric embrace in order to give you healing or damage for that matter. All shadow spells locked out when that happens. Was those, my man? Oh my goodness, super generous of you. Yo, can we get Aztec Zills in chat? Soltum going for a bit of a fear. Yasha has no way out of it. Dark Ascension. Silence Sun into Yasha with the mind games to follow. Big damage potentially. Yasha trying to go for a lay on hands. Actually use a lay on hands and try to see if he can just heal himself. Just try to see if he can fight through the mind games, heal right through it. Maybe hopefully avoid it. Couldn't quite do it. Soltum does get wiped out by Nastia the Rogue. Nastia or Nasty? Which one of those things? It is actually Nasty though. Nastia, so... Nastia Solieva, I think it is. I have no idea. It's a long name. We'll call him Nastia. As Anton is gonna up next. Yeah, okay, we got like Zul's in chat for the donor, my man. Thank you so much. We got appreciate you. Rage quit. I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. Blind onto Nastia as the rogue goes for an evasion, but a strangling comes out for Anton, but done. Transforming his abomination, lockdown, and that's him back-to-back stuns. Evasion not gonna last that much longer. Anton Badan has a good potential here. Got himself full army up on Nastia. If the rogue does not react here, could potentially go down. Looks like he just get away, chipped away in damage. Cloak of Shadows does nothing against the army of the dead. Attacking with the physical clawing damage is going to be advantage for the rogue as they're looking for escape. Anton, I think, almost clipped Nastia with that Death and Decay, but not quite. It is right there to the left of him, but not quite close in order to get him out in the open. Looking to pick up the eye. Nasty is ready to pounce. Sap could potentially dismount and maybe send you pet at Nastia to deny the rogue a proper opener. That might not be the worst idea, but he did see what the rogue was, hopefully. Sending out the ghoul. Ghoul gonna get the rogue out. Cheap shot into Antibadan. Does he have an out? Looks like maybe in trouble. It's gonna go for battle match. Tricky, give himself a little bit more health to bolster AMS to try to see if he can prevent any shadow damage from rogue in case shadow blades come out. Nastia got plenty of damage versus Antibadan, who does sacrifice the main ghoul. It's gonna be Lichborn trying to go for as many death close as possible. Needs a fresh new ghoul. Death pack. Army of the Dead joins in, and then he's gonna go for a trick and trying to deny the rogue a bit of a go here. The rogue is gonna go for a reset. Does go for a shadow check as Antibadan locked out on the ability to heal, but the Army of the Dead is surrounding the rogue. Could potentially, if he just needs to survive long enough, the army could take down Nastia. Does get strangulated. Is it going to be enough here? Blind to follow. The army gets one more hit with Antibadan taking him down. With Adva walking in, immediately sending the demons on Anton. Anton got himself a couple of death strikes, which has been bolstered since last build. But Adva, I don't think he's going to give this man much of a choice, much of a chance. Does try to go for a cast, low cast of a gate, jukes him out immediately. Mordecai sent in. Anton trying to see if he can give Adva a bit more of a real duel and try to see if he can hang in there for as long as possible. Try to actually play the game, summon up the gargoyle, but Adva, with all of his defenses, just barely felt it, barely flinched. As the death, they just didn't have much to really work with. Just completely spent in the tank. LFG Hero is going to be up next. This man's name is literally LFG Hero. You would literally say it the same way, it's just the same letters. Going to be a big meta versus 4. LFG Hero does slay the demon. There's plenty of demons for him to slay tonight. As Adva, try to see if he can avoid him as best as he can. LFG going with a big hunt, does connect. Massive essence break, big blade dance to follow. Adva is going to wall it off to try to see if he can tank up this damage. Can he do it? He just needs the demons to live long enough in order to survive. LFG Hero just overpower him completely. LFG does go in for immunity, trying to see if he can avoid this army that's been coalesced around him. Can he do much? Try to go for a fear on the pets. Try to control these pets while Adva's actually no hold whatsoever. Still to follow. Oh, it does end up slaying him in the last second. Does get him super low. And Gamer is going to be up next, which is Jesus on his warrior. Strong bolt. Oh, to LFG Hero does go for the big X-Skin, taking him out as an arms warrior. Wait, is Krager arms? No, Krager's Fury. Fury and arms. Gamer does pop a trinket, immediately try to see if he can bail out of that CC. There's a bit of a lag on the arena, so it's hard to try Kragar. But he's trying to see if he could get himself a bit of a go versus Gamer. Is a big... That by the sword get bought by Arms Warrior really early on. Big slam by Krager does get Gamer super low. Krager through his defense is just absolutely shattered. Is he going to be going down here? Strongbolt to the Krager. Mad damage on the Krager. Oh my god. That was some mad burst right there. That was a skull breaker. Expunging all of those dots, causing him to erupt immediately. And then into a fatty execute right after. My goodness, the amount of burst damage an Arms Warriors can do is just absolutely... kind of disgusting, honestly. My goodness, they bumped the class by quite a bit, didn't they, huh? I do wonder if you're running any of the new talents or if you're playing like same old talents as before, just like with more survivability. But man, Arms Warrior pulling all the stops at the end to survive long enough. Let's get another one going here, boys. Hell yeah, I love that. Krager's ready. Jesus, let me know if you're ready. If anyone started a group over in the LG, let me know, guys. If you guys started a group, I want to be able to advertise ya. That's how we usually do our 5v5 duels. Somebody starts a group over in the LG section. Usually right now we're hosting them most cases in Raids Legacy, which is easy. You just start a group in Raids Legacy, call it some like 5v5 1v1 duels. Set it to like, I don't know, I usually do Molten Core because nobody really ever runs Molten Core. We use the LFG and we use the Raid Legacy system just so we can get that cross-faction gameplay so people can join in from other factions. If we put in RBG, people are going to think it's an RBG, and there's not a lot of those to be had with people from RBG. They're fantastic, they just have no idea, like, why is it called 5v5 on a duel? I don't really understand, I just want a PvP. But when we put in Raids Legacy, people that have watched the stream are more than welcome to join in. It makes it a little bit less messy that way. But yeah, if you guys do host these are community random community put together. So if you do guys host them, let me know, and we'll advertise them. We need some nostalgia, let's start back to get 7 years. When your voice was David different now, and get a tech, rogue, blue, phaser, rocket again. Tech, rogue, blue, phaser. Oh my god, yeah, that's been a while, man. My goodness. Yo, Zuz. Yeah, exactly, Zuz. Been around here for a while, huh? Yo, can we get out like Zuz in chat? Thanks so much, man. I appreciate you. Looks like Jesus and Krager are ready again. I'm gonna send you guys into a grand. I like to diversify the arenas chat. If you guys have like a favorite arena you want to see, man, Hey, do another group. Yo, Johan got another group chat. If you guys want to find them, they're going to be listed. LFG. If you guys are looking to join, is it in the Legacy Raid, type number 5 in the search, and you'll be good to go. They got 2, they need 3 more, man. But your name is Butt Pumper? I'm sorry, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Johan, did I read that correctly? When I moused over your character, it literally says Butt Pumper. Huh? What a name. That's so good. Skull Crush. Dude, Skullbreaker is a really good ability. They buffed it by quite a bit. Like, they gave it a baseline interaction with your deep wounds. Or is it deep wounds? I think it's deep wounds. But they also have it like so you can upgrade it so it works with your rend as well and does just more damage on a shorter cooldown. So like it can be even burstier. I don't know which version Gamer used on that one. But I guess we'll have to wait and see, yeah? Alright boys, let's get another one going. So Twitch. Duel getting another chance over in the 5V5 1v1 arena. This time against my man Advo, the Demonology. With the army of demons. I think no Pitlord playstyle this time. Oh, there is a Pitlord. Never mind. There is another portal to overpower Duel. He's gonna have to make a quick hit and run. Honestly, I don't even know a hit and run against pets is gonna be possible. Try to go for a disarm earlier to Advo. Can you disarm the pet over the Warlock, actually? Big damage on Duel immediately. He just poked his head out for just a moment. The man is almost dead. Are you kidding me? He just poked his head in the arena for 2 seconds and Advo got a big tyrant, a big pets, and the man is almost dead. Wait. No, your pet's bugged out for a second there. Was there a ring of peace? The main tyrant does end up dissipating. All the other pets should be fading back into the Twisting Nether until Advo could call a fourth upon him again. But man, Duel immediately had to burn a Trinket. Gonna be that nether portal. Lexi put Advo. Advo goes up for a Trinket. This one Duel trying to see if he can maximize the damage. This way you want to keep Duel out in the open. Once the Pitlord is active, it's gonna be really, really deadly. May have to go for that Karma Axe also to Duel. Pitlord arriving very, very soon. The big boy is gonna be coming out of those gates any moment now. There he is. Absolutely slamming down Duel. Blasting about. Big defenses, but oh, there's just nothing you can do against the army of the Burning Legion. My goodness, dude. That Pitlord. I am kind of surprised they didn't touch the Pitlord. I guess it is a very predictable rampy playstyle. I love that it's a potential playstyle for Warlocks in general, but I was surprised, like, you usually go after anything as bursty. But I guess you wouldn't really count Pitlord as bursty though, would you? Because it is rampy, but bursty? Axe toss onto LFG Hero as he goes on for a Trinket. Immediate Mortal Coil sending him out with a fear as Adamo trying to establish the control of this entire situation. Got himself a little bit of healing off of LFG, building up a bit of resources. It's going to be... I think LFG is lagging maybe a little bit. Definitely is a little bit of lag. It looks like you fell rush like into another dimension there for a second. I don't know if anybody else saw those like streaks on your screen. Advo with a bit of a dark back, played it very defensive, still loves to play out in the open compared to LFG, who lies hiding behind the pillar, going for those hit and runs. Advo loves playing way out in the open. All the pets are stunned up with that Metamorphosis. Big Obelisk down. LFG Hero does eliminate the Obelisk. Big damage to Advo. Advo with a wall just needs to survive long enough to keep LFG out in the open. The Tyrant putting in the effort. Blur down, immunity up for LFG Hero. Trying to see if he can survive this. Advo trying to go for a bit of a fear, but it's going to be LFG trying to reestablish control of this situation with a fear onto Advo. The main Tyrant does disappear. Advo is going to be able to port away from the fear. Axe also LFG again, just trying to see if he can maybe reel in the LFG, but the man got himself a big old stun. Trying to see if he can backflip out of there for just a moment in case the Mortal Coil is out. Gonna be a second Wrathguard joining in. That could be actually pretty bad for LFG. Trying to see if he can Essence break past Advo. Big Blade Dance does not do enough damage. Dual pets were available, but I guess one of them faded. Both of these competitors find themselves very, very low as LFG so far has been able to survive this demonic onslaught. Trying to see if he can charge over to Advo. I think it was the Demon Doggos that killed him at the end. That was kind of surprising. This kind of came out of left field. Kraga going to be up next versus my boy Advo. Is he going to give Advo an opportunity to get himself an honor duel? Potentially. It looks like he's giving him a chance. I mean, if he was okay with Advo getting like a heal maybe from like Yasha, because Yasha can just walk over there and hit him with a couple of flash of lights, I guess it could be a possibility. Is that what's going on? Yeah, Kraga approves it. Kraga sanctioned heal. Kraga wants to go for an honor duel. Him and Advo play together a lot. They're usually on the same team together and they know each other pretty well. So hopefully we'll see a bit more of an honor duel as Advo got himself a couple more heals. Kraga's like, all right, That's perfectly enough. Good enough to fight. Gonna be immediate tired of the Kraken with a mortal coil. Does go for a trick and fear. Trying to see if he can disrupt all of these pests as best as he can. Adva trying to go for a bit of another portal. Still trying to establish a portal. The Tyrant gets stun locked. Kraken literally focusing all his attention on the Tyrant just to make sure that thing cannot play. Interrupted it. Hit it with a fear. So emboldened that thing. But eventually, Pit Lord is going to be out of those gates. Kraken could be in big trouble. Does not have a fear for this Pit Lord. That thing is out and about. That thing is just tearing him apart. Does go maybe for more healing. Trying to go for a big stun. That's going to be a big enraged regeneration. Maybe enough to fight through the Pit Lord's damage. As the man, I honestly would be panicking in this situation. But looks like Kraken just fought through the army of demons. That's not going to be enough to stop him whatsoever. Is this Kragar or is this Broxigar himself right here? Adva getting hit with a Stormbolt for just a second. Reflect now for Kragar. Reflected back at Mortal Coil. Perfectly done. As Adva does pop himself a big defensive shield. Although that thing does not live long at all. Big leap by the warrior. Locked down by an ASUS. Double Fell Guard is upon him. Has himself a bit of a limited time. Trying to see if he can eliminate Adva before the demonic army ramps up any further. Got himself plenty healing though. If only Fury Warriors had ignored pain like Arms Warriors, right, boys? Because then they would be absolutely unstoppable. Because right now, Kraken is trying to go for as much self-healing as he can, but he doesn't really have much in order to prevent defenses. Going to be a Reflect Up. That's going to reduce the magic damage for a good portion, and going to reflect a lot of the magic damage over first spell out of Advo. Mad damage on Advo. Does the Kraken ramp up? Still super low on health himself. Could be anyone's game at this point. Maybe execute right there. Oh, Kraken does land the execute. But does he get given the opportunity of an honor duel? It looks like Yasha wants to fight him, but maybe giving this man a proper honor duel chance. It looks like he's being very, very honorable. Second wind? Is there a second wind? Second wind. So the man is able to recover. Yasha being super honorable. I love the honor duels tonight, man. I love the honorable gameplay this evening from you boys. I really do appreciate it. Because win or lose in 5v5 1v1 duels, you're a hero in my book. If you give the man an honorable duel. Win or lose, if you give him an honorable duel, that just tells me everything about your character. Stun to Kraken, mad damage out of the paladin. I thought they nerfed these guys' burst, but apparently not. Oh, and Yasha does go in for big exorcism from range onto my man Kragar. That is a rough one, man. Exo is another ability. Paladins didn't used to really play Exo, did they? It wasn't really a super common ability for a PvE or PvP, but then they buffed it by 80%. That's an extra ability for you to use. Exo can also stun demons, and Exo can actually cleave onto undeads while you have the enemy in consecration. So if you drop that consecration, Antobadan gets a full army of undead. I think it will actually cleave on every single one of the pets and stun him for 5 seconds, but not before Anton stuns Yasha, as the man may be in trouble. Could be a bubble play. Oh, the man, I think, tried to bubble. Did not get to bubble. Maybe used a different global in between of those stuns, but he did not get to bubble whatsoever. Galush is going to be up next as the rogue skulks over to Antobadan, trying to see if he can finish out the team one. Anton got a hell of a competitor to fight against here. Going to be immediate Shadow Blades for Gluge as he's trying to build up, ramp up in the comp points, disarming Antobadan after stun locking him in the opener. Anton trying to establish control of the situation. A couple of death goes over in Gluge, keeping him hit with a chain of eyes, but doesn't actually want to fight him just yet. Did burn an IBF against the Rogue's first opener. So it's just quite a good amount of cooldowns being committed. Immediate trick it off that kidney shot as Glush got himself with that evasion. Army that joins in. Stunned Glush is going to force a trick it out of the rogue. Big rune by the pet is trying to see if he can avoid it, but as possible. Definitely needs to get the army of the undeads hitting the rogue's back so the rogue can't dodge it. Anton taking a lot of damage, trying to go for as much recovery as he can, using the runic weapon in order to give himself a little bit more resources. Big A-bomb joins in. Needs some kind of stun. Needs some kind of CC versus Glush. Does he have anything whatsoever? Disarm to follow. Got himself the death back, trying to go for as much self-healing as he can. Just gave himself a little bit of health to work with, trying to blast out Glush, who got a cloak of shadows. Does have himself another reset, vanish of the ready, stopping back over to Anton, but looks like gonna be able to take him out. If only Anton had some kind of a stun, maybe a full pet empowerment, maybe another army available, maybe that would have given him a fighting chance, but that's a rough one against the rogue man. That's not supposed to be very cool. The honor duel, I do agree with you on that one. I do allow that social interaction with the honor duel though, because there are some matchups that are like if you see a subtlety rogue and you just laid a death knight, but the rogue is at no health, like are you really gonna let the rogue get away to sin stealth and then come back at you and then nuke you down to stun? I don't think you would want to do that. So if it's best, if it costs best interest to counter a matchup that would be unwinnable for you, just so you can have a fighting chance, may not be the worst move. It offers a little bit of strategic value and social interaction, which I'm a big fan of. Luch taking a bit of damage, trying to see if we can avoid what did I call you last time? What did I call you last video? Tools. Sotum? What do I call him, man? The priest. I forgot what I give the priest as a name, so I'm just gonna call him priest for the day. Kidney shot onto the priest as he's getting hit with a big sticker technique. The man that does have defenses may need to use them. That's going to be his Aegis. Bracket a little bit of a shield. I don't know if there's going to be enough though. Try to see if he can get a Rouge of Glush. Does have a couple of dots on him. Flash shield is going to get interrupted. Has himself a fear though. Getting interrupted on Holy. Not the worst. It's going to go for a big spike off of Glush. With a mind games, Glush knows he doesn't want to come out versus Stool. Doesn't want to go after him just yet. Got himself a sipping cup of Shadow Crusher around the corner. Does the priest have enough to survive this? May need to go for Disperse. Does go for Disperse. Glush, does he have the control here? Vanish available in case he needs to. Could use that Vanish in order to gain defenses a little bit early. Cloak of Shadows at the ready. Also still holding on to achieve death. Is it going to be enough? The dots get himself a restart as the dots almost fall off. Actually still on him. Was able to at least get out of stealth or get out of combat for just a moment. Maybe the priest does get a tag. The guy making sure he doesn't get to go for a proper opener. Get a shot onto the stool. Maybe in a bit of trouble. I don't really, not much you can do. That's what I meant. Like, if you're going up against a rogue, you're like, you know what? That's a matchup I cannot win. If you can snipe the thing out, you probably would do that. Abel would too. And I think everybody else got one, right? I think everybody else got one. But Abel with two, Rogue with the two, finishing off the game. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? But my man Johan, how we doing in that group? Is it still listed? Johan needs, are we good? Wait, did Johan got a group? Or are they delisted? Maybe delisted, actually. I don't know. How about honorable duel obligatory? That's an option. That is an option. But then again, like I mentioned the situation, like let's say you were competing and you're like, man, rogues wouldn't beat me every time. And you just saw a rogue in the opposite team. Got no one. No, got none. Oh, no group? Okay, that's unfortunate. But maybe we could have you joining Johan to Team Jesus or Krager if they ever get any space open. Yeah? Priest and big balls? Dude, honestly, the fact that it's a rough one for Priest versus Rogue. I feel like Priest is generally pretty good, like 2s, 3s right now, mostly in 3s and solos. But I guess a Rogue in a 1v1, I don't know a lot of classes that could do really well, especially if the Rogue plays like to win. Does everything you can to win. What's up, Tiny? How you doing, man? Hope you have a good one. But yeah, like I said, if you were walking into arena and you see a rogue super low, and you're like, there's no way. If this guy plays it super cheesy, he's definitely just going to cheese out the matchup. 20-minute game, he's going to recover fully, come back in with full cooldowns, double advantages, big cooldown reduction. This is just going to be a bad time for me. If you can snipe that guy out, this is going to be a bad time for you. So you can see the next competitor. I think that could be interesting. It opens up an opportunity for you to make a choice, deliberate choice. I totally get it. It's like, well, what if everybody gets a proper chance? But as part of the 5v5 1v1 duels, think of it as part of the challenge, being able to go from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. And whoever can rotate their cooldowns the best, I mean, they do really well. There's some fun to it. Everybody has a different fun with it. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Let's get an arena going. Where do we throw you guys in? Blackrook Hold. I like that arena. Jesus Cracker still got a group, so we'll be good to go. Max 20 seconds of stealth. Dude, that's the thing. Like, if I put a rule of like, hey, you can only send stealth for 20 seconds. What am I supposed to do? Play the game? Or host these duels with a stopwatch now? You know, just time these guys? And they'd be like, hey, Rogue, come out of stealth. Time's up. Time to wake up. Time to get out of bed. Time to get out of stealth. Like, what happens if he just sits in stealth? What do we do then? He just sits stealth. What are we supposed to do? End the duel, kick him out or something, get another guy in? You know what I mean? I just feel like it's such a messy way of going about it. And I just couldn't realistically see that happen. So that's why I don't try to make a rule against these kind of things. If I could control it in-game in the duel and just be like, disable stealth, like flip a switch, press a key on my keyboard, I do it. I love it. We do it. But if, let's say, rogues are getting, like, super tiresome, we're just like, okay, no rogues for the day. Put the baby in the corner so everybody else gets a chance to play. And I think that's one way of solving it. It's probably the most, like, brute force way of solving it. But it works. You know? That's how I view it, though. Okay, let's get ourselves yet another one up and running, boys. I got so many of these in the backup. Oh my god, this thing glitched first. Twitch. Got us as the rogue first up in the arena. Over for the team 2 versus Vuna? I want to say that's the name Boona. Boona. Okay, Boona, we could do that. We also got ourselves the monk. Oh, undead. I have no idea how to say name at all. Kragar on that team. We got ourselves a Nim? I'm gonna say Nim and Furious Spirit. That's a name that I could read. Where's his boot? He's gonna be out in the open. Got himself the trap, waiting for the rogue, but looks like the rogue is just chilling behind the pillar. Is the rogue not first? Is the rogue not first by chance? Potentially? It looks like he is first. Maybe he just doesn't want to fight Boone. Maybe he's like, you know what? I don't really want to fight a Beastmaster Hunter. Maybe I don't want to fight against all these pets. Have you seen that T-Rex? Have you seen that Rhino? High quality looking Rhino. Get a shot onto Boone. Gonna be quite a bit of damage. Gloosh. Oh my god. Forcing out Trinket with a turtle out of Boone immediately. Oh my goodness, chat. Oh, that rogue burst is just out of this world still to this day. And that's the nerf version. That is the post-nerf version. Are you kidding me? The Gloo's trying to see if he can go for a cloak or shadows immediately just to deny the freezing trap entirely. Just absolutely gave that boy zero chances to play or do much of the game. With Kraken, I think, going to be up next by the looks of it, potentially. Maybe. It looks like everybody else in the back. I think it's Krager. Possibly. Maybe just Krager tried to hang out and try to find himself a better, like, viewing position. Maybe. I think Glitch is also confused, trying to figure out who's going to be going up against. It looks like it is going to be the monk up next. Man, what am I going to call you? I don't even know. Call you monk. Monk trinkets right before the rogue goes in for stun. Super unfortunate as the man just gets absolutely blasted. Oh my goodness. Vanish out of the rogue with his shadow strike and the mystery to follow. Does not give him a chance, but it does give him a chance to go in. Stormbolt him immediately. Got himself a big bleed onto Gloosh. Potentially could be something. It's going to be immediate trinket. As I think it was a disarm out of the rogue. Does not give those boys a chance to play the game whatsoever, with the kid shot to follow, locking it back down. Is going to go for that secret technique, doing quite a bit of damage as Nim got himself a little bit of the defensive frenzy region is up and running, has himself the avatar. But he can't really find the angle to catch back up to the rogue and recover back at health as Gloosh does dive into that shadow melt restyle, hold on to advantage until a little bit later. Got himself full slice and dice already, and Nim does himself a second wind. He is still dotted to something. I think maybe just a rupture, bleeding him out little by little. Maybe that's what Gloosh decided to do. Set up a big rupture to make sure the warrior does not have a way to recover. He's going to go for the shadow strike. Literally went for a slice and I see between. Going to be a stun out of Furious Spear. Trying to see if he can blast out the rogue. Immediate disarm to follow. Does not go for a trinket this time around. Fury onto Gloosh. Disarm onto the rogue right after. Still holding on to advantage in case things ever get rough. That's going to be a blind onto Furious. Does he just trinket it? Looks like he doesn't want to give it up just yet. Gloosh is still bleeding out. Is he going to go down to the bleed? He's trying to see if he can recover it as best as possible. As Furious Spear out in the open with the whirlwind, may have to go pick up. Oh no, eyes are available. The rogue goes for his first aid, does try to go for a shadow step. Does Furious start to randomly leap on top of him? No, he's just still trying to search for him. Sap, if only he had a Zerkers rage right here. Does get a Zerkers. Whirlwind with a kidney shot immediately. Furious does go for a defensive. Try to see if he can tank up the damage from the rogue. Stormbolt is going to be a trinket for Gloosh. Will not have a trinket until later. Has advantage in case he really needs to. The warrior able to reconnect with a charge after that shiv. And that's going to be his big defense is gone. No more enrage regen. Kind of limited on what he can really do. No more trinkets available for the warrior. He has himself a defensive stand so he can at least tank up the opener by the rogue. But he's still maybe in a situation where he could have a hard time surviving the rogues go either way though. Disarm immediately. Try to see if he can disrupt the rogues go. Just try to see if he can maybe get himself a better angle. Leap is going to be able to deny the rogue a proper restyle, but the kidney shot comes out either way. The does pop a bleed on him. Big secret technique onto Furious Spirit. Try to see if he can potentially survive the back-to-back all-star of Viscera. Stormbolt onto the rogue. Does go for advantage though. Does get himself advantage in the middle of Stormbolt. I'm actually kind of surprised with that one. That was actually really quick. As Furious got nowhere to go, man. He got him to the eyes. He could potentially pick this up, but like, does he really want to? The rogue opens up with a shadow strike, immediate cheap kidney shot. Nothing he can do, just absolutely locked out. It is going to be going down with Kragar, last man left over for the team one. To have a chance versus Rogue, hits him with a Stormbolt. It's gonna have to play very, 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 very defensive, I think. Immediate trinket off of it. No, instead he decided to go full aggression. Decided to go no defense as an option. Trying to maybe see if he can catch up to the Rogue. The Rogue does still have a bleed on him. Dropping down a smoke bomb. Kragar tried to desperately catch up to him if he can whatsoever. If only he could just randomly get the rogue out. Maybe leap, picking up the eyes, try to be proactive here. Does not have a trick anymore, so he could be in trouble. Has himself a defensive, is going to pop the defense. Galoosh has a blind back up, so he can control Krager entirely here. Big secret technique to follow. Oh, does not give his boys a chance whatsoever. Absolutely zero chance for that team. Alright, Galoosh with 1v5. Let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? Maybe uno más? That was a quick one. That was a real quick one. Yo, if you guys got teams, or if you guys want to make some teams, you're more than welcome to them. If you guys want to host them, you can host them over in the LFG section. If you hit them up with the Raids Legacy, if you have any groups, I think Johan was trying to make one, but that didn't really work out. If you guys want to, you're more than welcome to. Or check out see if there's Crackers or Jesus group available in case they need more. Just call them out on it. I don't know. Yeah, it's just not. It's not super ideal, some dude. You know what I mean? It's Arms been better than Fury at the moment. I'd say they're even. I think Arms has definitely got better for PvE content, but in terms of PvP, it looks like. I mean, Arms is tankier now, right? So that's definitely a benefit. Like, don't get me wrong, that is definitely an obvious benefit. How many duels are we at? Hold on. DF EU. Oh god, I thought for some reason we were like at 200 at this point. We're not at 200. What are we at now? 36, 37. My god, 137 duels. We're happy to not play against the rogue. Yeah, we're happy to not. We're happy to not play against the rogue. We may have to bench rogues, man. We may have to bench rogues for the night, Jesus and Kragar. May have to bench rogues, boys. We'll see though. Let's get another down and see what's in here. And after this, let's see. If we get more of these kind of rogue games, we might decide to bench rogues so everybody else gets a chance to play, man. Is Snoopy playing? I'd love to get Snoopy in here. I don't have Snoopy added on Relogy like that though. So I have no idea if he is in tonight or not. If somebody wants to invite Snoopy, you guys are more than welcome to him. But yeah. Hey, not gonna join, you guys are more than welcome to anybody and everybody's welcome, Snoo. Anybody and everybody's welcome. We try to get as many people into the 5v5 1v1 duels. We try not to deny anybody, just so we can get some fresh blood in here. So if you don't play rogue, because you may have to sit rogue tonight, yeah, you're more than welcome to. Hey, Dalaran, chat, what's up? What's going on, man? Hope you're having a good one. Oh yeah, Birds, how you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one, man. Been messages? Yeah, it's a bit of messages, but I'll tell you guys exactly how to join in if we get the groups back up open, because I can help Kragar, and I could help Jesus host the groups. I could basically take over and lead them and open up the group, and you guys could join in. We can make it easier for you guys to join in if you guys want to. Definitely. Alrighty, let's go. Switch. Zero again. Oh no, Glitch is gonna be first up, dude. Switch. I don't know if I've done that yet properly. Gotta be the monk first up versus the rogue. Get a shot, immediately trick it, said cheap shot to follow. Glitch try to see if he can potentially blast right through the monk. Is gonna be able to just back away, try to see if he can juke him with a shadow step. Doesn't quite do it, but still got plenty of mobility in order to be able to escape it. So he's just doing it for the extra BM, he's just doing it for the extra tricks. He doesn't necessarily need it or anything. Sapper to the monkus no longer has a trick it, maybe in actually a ton of trouble here. Unless the man can somehow counter Glitch, maybe Glitch does not open with a cheap shot immediately. Maybe he'll give you a chance, survival window. Not gonna happen. Big kid shot locking it down as Glitch just goes in big back-to-back. Wait, Lexi for a second forcing a trick out of the Glitch, but does go down. Super unfortunate for my boy Monk. However, he did make a pretty big play. He got a trick out of Glitch. That's the important part. Getting a trick out of Glitch is actually, in my mind, kind of major. Because then maybe the next competitor can get Glitch down. But Boone is going to be up next. I do look at like full classic hunter set, like full gray common items. With like a really common looking bow. And you got the hoodie, looking like Robin Hood over here. Just a strawberry version. Glitch locking him down to kid a shot. You made a trick by the hunter. Secret technique to follow. Boone taking a lot of damage. Got the pets back on a Glitch. It's gonna go for turtle immediately. The man is just under a ton of pressure. Looks like Glitch is gonna go for the shadow melt to give himself a reset. Boone definitely used to stake next to a freezing trap. No more clock shots by the rogue, so you won't have to worry about it yet. but definitely needs to get himself a freezing trap whenever possible. Maybe even a pet stun just to lock down the rogue so you can actually get some damage of your own. Put a bleed on him. Back-to-back visitors by the rogue. Not really sure if Boone can really do much in this situation, and it's going to be over. With immediate Stormbolt out of Furious, try to see if he can take advantage of the situation. Big bleed onto Gloosh. Try to see if he can deny him a go. Going to be Gloosh. Shadow Step past him. Maybe a big leap by the warrior. Looks like he's already committed his leap earlier. And Gloosh is going to go for a bit of a reset. I think there's still a bleed on him, isn't there? No, actually, just clean off of bleeds. Absolutely clean. Just made us out of there. He's just chilling. He's okay. Got himself a bit of a first aid. Kind of puts him out in the out of stealth for just a moment. Kind of tells Furious Spear more or less where he's at. He's going to go for that Shadow Strike. Shadow Blaze is Furious. Pop a trinket for this one. No trinket of Furious apparently. Only has himself in Rage Regeneration. I'm not sure exactly what the man trinketed. Evasion up by the rogue. Immediate fear by Furious. Try to see if he can deny the that evasion. Much value. Stormbolt to follow. At least wants to keep the rogue in combat. Gonna be a Shadow Step by the rogue. Let's go for 2 steps just to find a way to potentially get away from the guy. As Furious trying to see if he can find himself an angle. Maybe go for a leap. Does get a leap. Get a shot immediately at him as he gets back up on the platform. Gloosh trying to build up a couple of comp points. Immediate cheap shot onto Furious. Let's go up more Shadow Strikes at the ready. This is a couple more goes. Maybe a big old Gloom Blade. Disarm onto Furious. Cannot really do much about this. And Gloosh looking for a bit of resell with Furious charging back out and then trying to see if he can catch a heal, but couldn't quite do it. Well, Nemi gonna be up next. As yet another Furious warrior. So far the rogue, even without a trinket, has been able to bypass his warriors basically with ease, able to slice right through the defenses. That'd be the most cheap class, honestly, dude. Get a shot onto Nemi as Gloosh blasting him out. He's gonna go for that quick shift to try to see if he can slow him down. Nam trying to go for a bit of damage. Gonna be a Shadow Step by the rogue, trying to see if he can get away into a sap, into the BM sap. Are you kidding me, dude? That sap was not necessary. That sap was definitely not necessary. Trying to go. Okay, at this point, he just messing with these boys. At this point, he just messing. He's having a lot of fun. It's like, I love being agile. I love feeling super, super powerful as a rogue. Get a shot immediately onto Nemi. Does have a trinket as well as a human racial. Could potentially counter this. Secret technique leaving onto Cracker a little bit. Very unfortunate. Disarm onto Nem. Can't really respond back to Gloosh unless he got maybe a Stormbolt, maybe a Fear, anything. It looks like he's going to go for a Whirlwind's Gloosh. Maybe out in the open? No bleeds on him. So he's going to be able to be safe in that cover of darkness as he's waiting for his codons to be back up. Evasion at the ready. Vantage available in case he needs to shout him out. There's no way for the rogue to really go down in this situation, I don't think, is he just absolutely blasting on them. Does not give this man much of a chance. Shadow Blades at the ready. Nem trying to make some damage happen. Stormbolt under Gloosh. Trying to go for a Shadow Step. Gonna be a blind. Nem does have a trigger for a disarm to follow. Nem does not have an out for this one. Maybe have himself a little bit of healing. It looks like somebody's healing him passively. Maybe he can catch up to the rogue. Try to go for a bit of a charge. It's going to ruin him for a second. Get a shot to follow. Gloosh does get himself a weapon proc. Is it going to be enough? They're trying to see if he can blast him Nem into a big secret technique. Looks like it may be enough. Nem got himself a bit of a rallying cry just to give himself more health to work with. Shadow Step by the rogue as he's looking to finish him off. Does Nem have a Stormbolt? Try to keep the rogue in combat. Not a bad idea. At least you are aware of where the rogue is at. Stormbolt to follow. Does the man have any damage whatsoever? Trying to see if he can crank out some numbers. Gouge onto Kragar? Just to build a comp point? Is that what that's for? Potentially? Gonna be a reflect out for Nem. I don't really know if Gloosh has much magic damage versus, yeah, all this damage isn't really magic. It's just a rogue being a rogue. But Nem may be able to go for a second wind here. Does he have second wind? Or does he have a rupture bleed on him? He may not be running a second wind. Unless there's a bleed. Looks like maybe there's still a bleed on you. But he definitely does have a light side of the rogue. As Gloosh try to see if he can deny him the second win value as best as he can. Try to get back in there. Shadow Strike, get a shot to follow. Try to see if he can take him out. Second technique again. Connor clip to Krager. He's trying to give his boys a bit of a chance. And it's going to be immediate cheap shot into Krager before he even gets a chance to really figure out what's going on. Gloosh just assaulted him, knowing that Krager is going to be up next in this dueling arena. Big leap by Krager. Trying to see if he can catch back up with Gloosh after that disarm. Mad damage on a Krager. Gloosh has himself that double advantage, so he should be a-okay. Taking a lot of bleed damage, just burning right through his shield. Absolutely just melting through the man's shield. He's going to be out in the open in just a second with his bleeds, putting him out there. Kraken trying to see if he can catch up to the rogue. Does he have a charge? Catching him with a charge for just a second. Into Zerker Rage out of the gouge. Into yet another trinket just to break out of the CC. To evasion by the rogue. Kraken needs to wait out for that evasion. Does he have a Stormbolt? Does he have a fear? Does he have anything left? Glush could potentially just go for advantage any time now. Disarm into Kragar, disarm back onto Glush. But I think Glush is still in a fantastic spot. Has a blind for Kragar in case he needs to. Get the shot onto Kragar. Nothing you can do about it. Tanking this up with those enraged regeneration as the man just blasted Viscera such a back-to-back. Unless maybe Kragar doesn't have bleeds on him. Looks like Glush did leave him bleeding with a rupture. As long as you're dealing some kind of damage to the warrior's health bar, there's no way for him to recover with that second wind. While that rupture is on him, there's no way for him to easily catch back up in health. And Glush just waiting for the rupture to almost stick out before he goes in. Yet another hit and run. Secret technique. Got himself a shadow strike. There's just no way to stop that man. Absolutely no way to stop him. Get him out of here. Okay. I think we may have to enable the same rules from last week, chat. I think we may have to enable those rules. Alrighty. Yo, Jesus. Kragar. New rule for the night. No rogues. No rogues. Any of you rogues, you guys are wonderful. You guys are beautiful. You guys are the best boys I've ever seen. And there's nothing wrong with you. I think there's just something wrong with the tuning of this class. That's really what it comes down to. At least for 1v1s. Your class is really good at 1v1s. Therefore, let's bench some rogues tonight. Kragar, Jesus, and everybody else making the groups. No rogues for the evening. Trust me, you're thinking, man, this is unfair, Dal. You sitting down rogues? How dare you? Absolutely preposterous. But trust me, trust the method. When we did it last week, and one or twice a week, way back in the day, a couple of the bigger expansion, when we did that, more classes got to play. You had a lot more active games. You didn't just have team, you just walk in on the rogue plays, and the team just kind of sits there. No rogues. Rogues. So Jesus, if you gotta swap them out, man, let me know. If you need me to join in and I can invite people, if you need me to help you, let me know. Let me know. Stupid Warrior can kill that rogue. I feel like Stupid would be able to. Need two more? Yo, invite I can help. Inv and I can help. I help. Like those carrion owls. Ugh. I don't hate the carrion owls. I just like anything that has to do with Shadowlands, I'm like, ugh, get away from me. You know what I mean? Maybe get my man Dalaran in here. Alright, chat, we gotta host a group. I'm hosting a group. 5v5 1v1 duel raids. I guess if you guys want to join in, this group needs 2 more. Team Jesus needs 2 more. If you guys want to join in, now is the time to join. If y'all want to join in, pop in here. Now is the time to do it. At least that rogue is literally toying with them. We're just gonna ban all rogues for the night. Last week it worked out really well. Papa, come back. Hey, let's get Papa in here. Papa, come back. I like that guy. Hell yeah. We did one more for the team, and it'll be good to go. Брать нельзя. Да. Да. Neither team should have Kragar. Neither team should have Razboynikov, which means rogue. Razboynik, doesn't that mean like a hooligan, basically? Isn't that what that means? Or like a bar fighter or something? Somebody who fights in bars? Or somebody who just likes fighting? Is that what the name is? That's what I'm trying to remember, like the word, because parts of the word basically have a specific meaning, and when you put them together, you can kind of like figure out why they're put together. It's almost like you wouldn't call him a rogue, you would call him like a I don't know. You throw words like thief assassin together or something like that, right? Or still sneaking or something like that. You know what I mean? Sneaky stab. Something like that, like a funny rogue name. Essentially what you would put together in like a Russian language. 14th, Valor, Caucus and Cat. Yeah, let's go, dude. I'm a big fan of that change. Hell yeah, more catch-up elements I added. I'm a big fan of it. Big fan. We need a couple more boys in here. My man, Johan, do you want to join in? Otherwise, I want to see if my man... Oh, he's leveling. Okay. Let's see. Druid, Valdraken, Akos. There's Akos. Hey. Akos. Hosting some 5v5 1v1 duels this evening. Would you be in... Okay. We got the guy? Okay. Alright. I guess we got him in. Alright. That'll work. That'll work. I was gonna ask Akos. I do want to start going through people in my reality if I can. Did it work? We're in. Okay, cool. So we can delist this. Delist. Make Jesus. Oh, you're back on the Death Knight? Cool. Delete. Okay, we're good. Kragar and Jesus. What do we throw you guys into? Lordaeron? Let's do a good old Lordaeron. I like a good old Lordaeron. The tombstone down the middle. I actually like this arena a lot. Some people really dislike it. I think it's because of like lack of line of sight and kind of like a small nature, which isn't always ideal for caster classes. But I really do like that. Like, it's like a skirmish arena. You go in the middle. You don't really have a lot of line of sight. You just gotta fight to win. There's a little bit of line of sight, and it has like that little hill with the tombstone in the middle, which I've always found kind of interesting. I think for 1v1s it's a little weird, but in like 2s and 3s, it's actually kind of awesome. I kind of like it. You know, rogues are scary. Rogues are scary. I do agree with you on that one. How many are we at? 39? 40. Oh, 40. I'm trying to see if we can save as many of these duels as possible because we had back-to-back duels. A couple of them have been back-to-back rogue stuff. But I want to try to see if we can save it whenever I can. Alrighty, boys. Fresh arenas, no rogues. Get in there, have fun. Good luck, everybody. Have yourself a fantastic evening and enjoy yourselves on a 5v5 1v1 dueling arena. Switch. We got ourselves Furious Spear over the TM1 with that, but Anta but dumb. We got ourselves Kragar first up versus the Demon Hunter BD. As the man is gonna go hitting it with a big old fracture erupted from the ground, slaying the demonic Urzul that does spawn in. Massive cleave onto Kragar, absolutely just piercing into the man's soul as he's trying to see if he can avoid him while the weapon is disarmed. Trying to see if he can get his warrior blades back up and running. Big Hunt does get a charge into Kragar. Kragar may have to go full defensive. The man has not popped the cooldown. May need to though. Trying to see if he can survive without having to use defenses versus the Demon Hunter, chasing after him with leaps and charges, not letting Demon Hunter go anywhere, making sure that the hunter becomes the hunted. As Kragar gets hit with the end of the fracture, does have a trigger for this one with a quick fear. Gonna be a demon walking over to BD, trying to see if he can blast him out. Is gonna be able to break him out of that fear, slaying the demon, catching up with demonic soul. Massive blade dance on Kragar with the fear to follow. Kragar does have a Zerk range for this one. The Demon Hunter is at no health whatsoever. Needs to catch up on health, but the only way he can really catch up on health is by engaging in combat with Kragar. I think he's just gonna wait out until stuns him back up and available. Quick stun into Kragar, maybe can leech some souls off of him. He's gonna go for a bit of a blade dance. Stormbolt onto the demon as he goes in for imprison onto Kragar, with Kragar unable to really break out of it. Charged by the warrior BD at no health. Oh, he does get hit with a toss weapon. He got hit with a weapon throw. He died to a throw weapon. How often does that happen? That was so good looking. It's a big old battle axe just hits him. I imagine it hits the guy in like maybe, I don't know, back of the dome, back of his big old demon hunter head. Chip the horn. That was so good. As the monk is going to be up next versus Kragar. I have no idea how to say the monk's name, so I'm not even going to try. As Kragar got himself a little bit of a healing. Monk tried to give him an honor duel. Very honorable by this man. I really do appreciate it. Stormbolt, as Kragar gets hit with an incap, is going to be able to wait out. Has a Zerk Rage for later in case he needs to. Disarm it to the monk. Cannot really stop a lot of the monk's kicks, but can prevent the Fist of Fury while disarmed. This is going to be the monk trying to see if he can ramp up some damage versus Kragar as the man leaping out of there. Just trying to avoid it. Using mobility in order to escape. Does not have a defensive for this one though. Blocked down by the monk as he got himself Zuen. Him and Zuen both going down on the Kragar with a karma to follow. Does Kragar trying to see if he can fight through this? Definitely needs to heal. Fear onto the monk. Does have a trick. Stormbolt to follow. Kragar may. Oh, he fought through that karma. Still could go down right here. Pop to reflect. Reducing the damage of karma by like 20%. Oh my goodness, that's so much damage. Does Yasha give him a chance? Looks like Yasha's trying to deny him a chance. He doesn't even want to give this guy opportunity. He's going to hit him with the Exorcism. Kragar does charge in though. Quick impending victory. Defensive stance immediately. Trying to see if he can tank up as much damage from the Paladin. Has the Trinket coming back up. Main use to Trinket it. Trinket, leap. Try to see if he can get away. He knows the stun is coming up next. Does he reflect for this one? Oh, he does not. Stun. Oh, down he goes. If only the man had a reflect. Imagine if he got a reflect at the last second. To pop a reflect to get that stuff back into Yasha. Spear down onto the Paladin. Got himself a pretty big defensive to follow with an eye for an eye as well as a shield of vengeance. As Crick's trying to see if he can absolutely blast right through him. Blast through these defenses like they're nothing. Does the man have a shadow? He does not. Popped to reflect a little early, but he's just trying to see if he can walk away from Yasha. He has the Paladin on the ropes. If the man has a Blade Storm, if he can Blade Storm through a Hammer of Justice, he'll be in a fantastic spot. As Crick's trying to see if he can find himself a better go versus Yasha. Does he have enough for an execute? Is going to trick out of that stun. Stormbolt to follow. Is it right here? Is that execute going to do it? Try to see if he can chop right through the boy. He actually got himself a little bit of healing, but those executes do come through. With Papa come back, going to be up next. Warrior does have plenty of defense to work with here. I don't know if he has much to work with versus Bleeds, but he's immediately going to go for a fear versus Papa. He's got a little Illidari Pepe on his head. This is going to be that eye for now really early on for Krix as Papa just trying to see if he can back up out of there. Trying not to really take a lot of damage from the Arms Warrior, which is quite a bit of damage. Sharpened Blade with the executes to follow. Krix does not really care for the Thorns. It's going to be a Stormbolt onto Papa. Does have a Barskin. Is it going to be enough though? May not be enough. Blaze right after. Papa trying to go for a little bit of recovery. Big bite onto Krix. Got himself bear form. Got himself a bit of defense as Krix got himself a bit of a rallying cry to bolster his overall health, just to give him a bit of a buffer to work with. Papa with an incarnation, trying to get counteroffensive at some point. Gonna be his defenses shattered with the Colossus Mash as Krix trying to see if he can waddle over to him, trying to get some more damage up and running. Papa with a restun for just a second, trying to see if he can avoid Krix. Does he have a root to follow? Definitely needs to put some roots and a bleed and a roots with a bleed on the guy if he just wants to take him down passively. Big defenses off for Papa with the Thorns, wall available, trying to get counteroffensive. Krix is limited on what he can really do, but it's still putting a lot of pressure to this Feral Druid. Is he gonna be able to take it down right here? That's why you need a root right now. His Papa still playing super defensive. Got himself that Heart of the Wild, which amplifies his healing and tanking his Swollen Bear from greatly. Krix with full dots on him. Got himself a Reflecting Case. Maybe there's a root around the corner. Shattering through Papa Comeback's defenses. But does he have enough to survive? The Stormbolt is ready. Could potentially make something happen off the bolt. If he can catch him outside of bear form, it could be potentially fantastic. Does catch him out of bear form. Barskin, maybe enough. Grace catching up a little bit of healing. He does have a parry back up very soon. Blaze up to follow. He's just unstoppable. Lawnmower of Death. As Papa trying to see if he can back up out of this. Second wind, or not second wind, but Heart of the Wild still back up. Execute does not break that fear somehow. Stun onto Krix. Has a parry versus Papa. Does Warrior stay in? He's just going back in there. He just keeps getting blood up and he keeps going back in there. Parry up and running. Has a charge to follow. Root right after. Doesn't set the root for long at all. It's a Stormbolt to Papa. Is it enough though? Oh my god. Catching up a heal at the very last second. He has a parry for just a second no longer. Papa. Oh, no heal whatsoever with Krix catching that kill at the very end of the day. Do you see an Arms Warriors do this that often? I guess the Feral Druid, normally it's a man walking through the jungles of Sagathorn and a jungle cat pounces him. So the man almost never gets a chance to fight. And Jesus is going to be up next. Does not really want to give Krix an opportunity to go for a complete recovery here. Is going to pressure him, trying to see if he can maybe get himself maybe a comeback of his own before dampening gets super high. Stun into Krix. Got himself the big grippy hand. Stormbolt onto Jesus. Is going to give him that DR against magic damage with Advo. DR against stunts. But Advo is going to be up next. Speaking about magic damage. Speaking about Magic Man over here. Jesus is going to take a lot of physical damage from this pets. The Tyrant is going to be deadly. And he can maybe AMS it. But that physical damage from all these pets is going to be brutal. Jesus trinkets out at no help whatsoever. Maybe in a lot of trouble. Try to see if he can fight through the demons, but the army just coalesces around you. And Advo gets some damage of his own too. My goodness, man. Oh, Kragar. And oh god, I just forgot his name. I just saw him for a second. But the other warrior, the Arms Warrior, they just blasted a Feral. They're really good. The warriors of that team holding the fort, man. Let's get another one going here, Chad, yeah? Now, Chad, tell me if you would have had as exciting of a match as that was if you had a rogue on the opposite team. Tell me if that was a rogue versus a Feral. Feral's already hard enough for the warrior. We can all agree on that one, right? We can agree on that one. It's a pretty challenging matchup. However, if that was a rogue, there's no way you're winning. That's a Feral Druid. Narrowly, it's a close match. Narrowly, it's against your better senses. It's against your, I guess it counts as a class more than anything. It's spot free. If there's any, I'll get you guys in max. Yo, Jesus, Cracker, if you guys want to clean up spots, I'm your boy. Let me get you. Let me help you make some groups, man. Let me get you some fresh blood in here. But yeah, imagine a great match. I thought it was fantastic. Both of them played well, by the way. I think the Feral played fantastic as well. I think that was a close call, and that could have went either way. I think both of them put everything they had on that arena. That one could have went either way, though. Both played well. Like, honestly. And I feel like that's how a lot of you guys should look at these 5v5 duels. It's not about win or lose. It's about, did you play well? And I thought Papa Comeback played excellent. But also Papa Comeback hasn't joined these duels in a while, so there maybe is a little bit of rust he's trying to shake off. So don't look at Papa and be like, you know what, that Feral's going down easily. No, treat that thing as a threat. That thing is a jungle cat from Sagathorn, like I said earlier. It's still just as deadly as it was back then. Everybody gets stabbed by a jungle cat. Then you pull the second one, and then another, and then a rogue skull, and then you hear the rogue stealthing next to you, ready to pounce on you. Cheap shots here as you get blasted by these cats. Yeah. That man's deadly. That man is definitely deadly. We have plenty of duels with Papa Quebec going for 1v5. Absolutely just dominating the arena, man. Absolutely just dominating the competition. Alright, switch. Over on Team 1, we got ourselves BD, gonna be up as a Demon Hunter, got himself a bit of a sigil. Versus Krager, a bit of a, I think a rematch between the two actually. I think it is a bit of a rematch. Krager charges out, gonna be immediate fracture by BD as he's trying to see if he can prevent Krager's go immediately. It's gonna be a blur really early by the Demon Hunter as he activates himself that temporary metamorphosis through I-Beam. Try to see if he can stay on top of Krager, staying a lot more aggressive than normal. Krager trying to see if he can counter offensive here with a full avatar as well as Odin's Fury. Mad damage on the BD is gonna be charged, but Krager does end up tricking. BD at no whatsoever, could go down, but the immunity of Netherwalk does keep him alive. The man has himself just a little bit of health to work with, but he definitely needs to get himself a proper stun into Krager in order to start recovering health. Mad execute by the warrior. He got him stunned up, but it was very, very short. Reflect up immediately versus Yasha. As the Pally is going to be up next. Also another rematch between the two. As Krager, again, walking into this one without a trinket, so that's going to be a little bit of his disadvantage. Disarm onto Yasha really early, though, so the Paladin is delaying whenever he's going to have a proper go. That gives Krager an opportunity to actually play the game for a bit. May have to go big defenses here. Stun, Enrage Regen may be the play here. Trying to use Enrage Regen as late as possible. Catching up as much healing as he can. The Paladin is actually could be in a bit of trouble. Got himself a Shield of Vengeance. Could be a bubble play here. Could be a bubble strat, which is like what it's going to be. Does Krager just break through shield? He just fights through it. He just fights through it. Gonna be a reflect up in case Yasha goes in for a Hodge. Gonna be the bubble. No shatter available for the warrior. Yasha actually was caught at super low health. And it's gonna be immediate first aid for Krager. Yasha trying to see if he can disrupt it. That also stops the Paladin from just sitting there and healing himself, which puts Krager and Yasha on a more even playing field. Avatar, together with that Odin's Fury, pops a big bleed onto Yasha and is going to be able to amplify the damage of his abilities by quite a bit here. Yasha may be in a bit of trouble himself, actually. We'll have to wait and see. Got himself a big Wake of Ashes versus Krager, but immediately disarmed. Eye for an eye is up. Big bleed to follow. Yasha does try to see if he can fight through the damage with the lay on hands, which is going to give him a lot of health, a lot of recovery, but still under a ton of pressure. That eye for an eye, 30% damage reduction, barely doing much for you. Try to catch up a little bit of health. Maybe can get us low into Krager. Definitely needs a Hodge or a Blind or something. He has wings, I think, coming up soon. It's hard to track Paladin wings. If you see him at the bottom right, next to my bags, you'll see the icon for wings is active. It's not on cooldown, but it actually is. It just does not track it super well. Hopefully that'll get fixed at some point in the future. Big damage under Krager. Trying to see if he can absolutely blast right through Yasha. Strongbow locking him down. There's nowhere to go. He does activate a Blessing of Protection, though. So he does have one more immunity. Is it going to be enough, though? That needs to make a play off of this one. Krager has to trick it back up. So Krager can counter a blind, can counter a stun. Looks like he's just going to wait it. Yasha trying to maximize the value of the blind. Gonna be a stun. Krager does not want to trick it this one if he doesn't have to. Could still be in a bad spot. Does survive it. Oh, rallying cry, but still gets taken down by Yasha. That's just a lot of damage ramped up on him very, very quickly. Furious Spear up next. Try to see if he can catch up to Yasha. Big leap around the corner. Second leap to follow. Yasha just trying to see if he can avoid it. Stormbolt to follow. That Furious could just have him here, man. Big bleed, big damage. Yasha in massive, massive trouble. Got himself the eye for an eye for just a moment. Reduces some of the damage, looking for a heal, but Furious Spear from one Fury into the next. There's not much you can really do, man. Not much you can really do in that situation. Well, Papa Come Back going to be up next as a Feral Druid, trying to deny Furious any opportunity to recover health in that second wind. When you take a no damage for like 6 seconds or so, when your health bar is clean for 6 seconds, you start recovering health. I think at about 6% health per second. So pretty quick recovery. So the faster you can get up next to the warrior, put some bleeds on him, put some pressure into the health bar, the better you can deny him any kind of opportunity to recover and keep his chances of winning and survival very low. With Papa trying to get those bleeds up and running, got himself the incarnation, most likely going to stick in and try to get a couple of those shreds on back-to-back bites, just try to see if he can fight through the Fury Warrior, though dampening isn't super high, so the Fury Warrior is able to counter the damage of a Feral Druid quite handily. The trick is going to be bleeding him with the root out in the open, so the Fury Warrior, Fury Spear can't really catch back up to the Feral whatsoever. Stun him right around the corner, refresh a big rake bleed. Gonna be a trick for Fury Spear, but immediately gonna get rooted down as the bleeds are ticking down onto the man. Isn't given opportunity to play the game whatsoever. Papa is gonna cheese these boys out if he has to. That is a big old Fury Warrior. When you try to fight him with Incarnation up, Fury just healing through your damage. There's not much you can do about it. He's just absolutely healing through your damage. But the bleeds do set him over the edge at the end of the day, though. Man, that's a rough one. You just gotta, I think, find a good angle versus the Feral Druid. You have to, or take advantage, use a trinket at the right time, and blast him. Spear down to Papa, can't go anywhere. Even though you got a root, that spear absolutely counters the root with a blaze to follow Papa with a wall together with thorns. This is where Crix needs to find a way to catch back up to him as soon as possible. The earlier you can do it, the better. I don't know if he's got a leap around the corner. Gotta have to maximize the value of that leap. Has himself that ignore pain, so he can offset a portion of the bleed damage he takes into a shield that's built up from rage. So a portion of the damage at least isn't gonna go to his health bar. So while not healing, at least you're able to absorb a portion of it. Stormbolt onto Papa with a chicken to follow. Has a big sharp blades right after him. Does Crix have himself maybe a big old go? It's gonna be yet another set of bleeds and a root for Papa come back. Crix is just gonna have to find a way to fight through his bleeds. Leap around the corner, try to see if he can catch up to the Feral. Does use the mobility, but not quite enough to actually get on top of the guy. That would actually look kind of jank, that leap and then lag afterwards. That's super unfortunate. Stun onto Crix. Is it going to be enough here, though, to go down? Does activate that rallying cry extra early, just to make sure he has a little bit extra health to work with. It's going to be a rough one, man. I feel like he may just have to get the Feral away from this pillar. That may have to be the play. Get this Feral as far away from the pillar as possible, or at least to another pillar, at least to a bit of a different position. I think that's what he's trying to do, but the Feral is just not willing to budge. He just wants to get in, pop a stun, pop a rip, pop a moonfire. So for Crix, it's definitely going to be a hell of a match. Trying his best. There we go. Putting him out in the open. Picking up the eyes. Feral leaping in. He has a pillar right next to him. Stormbolt is going to hit him. Stuns for stuns. Going to be a parry up for the warrior as Papa come back, try to see if he can bail out of there. Crix decided, you know what? I'm going to try to see if he can chase him around this long side of the pillar. Does get a charge around the corner. Maybe catches back up to the Feral with a big blaze storm to follow. Then it's going to be Thorns. Does cancel the blaze storm for just a second just to make sure he got himself plenty of defense to work with. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Warlock also just to give him more health to work with. Maybe a leap around the corner. Defensive chance is going to be able to dampen some of the bleed damage, but I think the man may be in a situation where he just can't really win versus the Feral. Stormbolt right after. Spear to follow. Last big hurrah. Try to see if he can make a play. Spear right after Papa. I don't even see the spear into Papa, but I don't know if he sees it either. And Crick trying to see if he can back up, but the last bite is going to be able to finish him off. Bites and moonfires. Just did these boys dirty. Lame Feral. Dude, I think he has to play like this, man. He's fighting against these massive juggernauts full of clad plated armor. I don't think there's a way for him to win if he fights him out in the open, especially Fury Warriors in particular. Especially, wait, what the? Huh. Is that, did I ask for that? Or is that like, is that Papa just like, yo, hit me with that juice? Did this guy just get juiced? Uh-oh. Well, if Papa wins after getting juiced up like this, that's gonna feel pretty bad. Gonna be a mortal call into Papa as a full army of the demons upon him. Is that gonna be another portal? No another portal for Ava yet. Does summon it up right now as the demons are coalescing around him, blasting him out as Papa tried to go for a couple of thrashes behind the pillar. He knows there's a big old Tyrant in the way. He's under a ton of pressure just from the Tyrant and the fellow guards, and there's a big old Pit Lord coming up right next very soon. Oh my goodness, wall. Is it going to be enough to fight through the Pit Lord? Pit Lord's still doing a lot of damage through that wall. The man's just in jeopardy. Oh, it does go down. Oh my goodness, with the Monkus, who juiced up the Feral earlier just a little bit. Is going to be up next. Looks super to Adwood does himself big wall with a board. Trying to see if he can maybe establish some distance away from this man right here. I still don't understand if they cheesed it by healing the guy, or was that like, did Adwood was like, hey, get it healed up. I'm okay with that. I'm not quite sure. I'm not 100% on that one. That's a weird one. But it's going to be the monk trying to see if he can swing around the corner versus Adwood. Adwood got all the pets on him. Mainly to use mobility. Does activate defensive really early. Stun onto Monk. Does he have a karma? He does have a karma. May want a karma pet, honestly. As the man got nothing real left, he is going to be going for the undead racial to break himself out of the fear. And the demon dog is around the corner. Got himself the Ford Brew, so it gives him a little bit extra health to work with fear before he can get too close in order to go for a karma onto Adwood. And Adwood just continues to spam with fear, maybe until he can get a stun back up. The monk needs to get himself a karma as soon as possible, but looks like he's going to be going down. Battle Master Trinket or the Forbrew falling off at the last second, with Jesus charging up next as Adva is kind of limping. Not a lot of health available. It's going to be a stun onto the big A-bomb. Can Adva potentially squeak out a victory in this one? Darkback coming back up very, very soon, but looks like he's just surrounded by the army with a grippy hand. There's nowhere to go. Mortal, maybe he can get himself a shield last second, but it looks like it just was not in the cards. With Antibadan going to be last one left as Unholy. Jesus just taking his big burst of damage, that all potential damage onto Anton, and Anton is just in a lot of trouble immediately. Just all that pressure coalescing onto this Unholy Death Knight, and the manager's playing super defensive, hasn't been able to play the game so far, may honestly be down for the count. I don't know how you recover for this one. It's going to be Jesus trying to see if he can avoid his damage or his setup whatsoever. And it's going to be Jesus taking damage of his own. Looks like the best that Valkyrie was that of Anton Badans. Jesus with an IBF. AMS trying to see if he can be enough to survive it. Anton sacrificing his goal very, very quickly after its transformation has been expunged. It's going to be able to suck out its life force for just a moment, summoning up a whole nother army versus Jesus. Is it going to be enough to turn it around? Actually, Anton, I think, oh, he does end up getting it. I'm actually very much surprised. Anton does bring it back for his team. Well done, well done. Let's get this as another group going, boys, yeah? Let's go, let's go. Add with the 2. I'm not sure what happened with that feral heal. I'm not sure if that was like Sanctuary or not. But I guess time will tell, yeah? Alright, Kragar and Jesus. If you guys need help getting my boys into the arena, let me know and I can get them in, man. I can join the group, host it for you, get some fresh new blood in here. But let's see. If you guys need help, let me know. Unholy looks awesome. Dude, Unholy is a lot of fun. If you have not played Unholy yet, I think you would enjoy it a lot. Unholy is an awesome spec. It's a lot easier to play too. It's very like, its cooldowns have gotten fixed. It used to be like a spec where your cooldowns kind of desynced and you kind of just have to throw them in at very intricate timings. But now they're all like very, very synced together. You're a weird class. You don't have a go every 30 seconds or every minute. You have a go every 45 seconds. But that makes you unique because you could have a go when an enemy may not have a minute defensive. You have a go, they pop a dark pack. You have another go, they don't have a dark pack. Uh-oh, gotta rotate another defensive. You have another go, everything's kind of desync. Maybe dark pack is back up. Have another go, kind of fall apart. It's a class that could really rip you to shreds, little by little, dismantle you piece by piece. The Noka elites on the left of the map give 2.6% XP. Extremely like the combat assembly farm. You're welcome. Really? Wait. Are those max level? Are those farmable? Question. Are those farmable? Are they max level too? Wait a second. Is that what people are doing? Hold on, because it is some people say that, oh, XP farm. What's for me for details? I was like, but the combat assembly got nerfed. And hyper spawn. So if you get yourself a tank class to just blast them, or maybe like a group of people, and you have them in somebody else in there to tag them. Oh, could you just go? Is there a blender? Do people set up like a blender group over there? Because I would love to go to that blender and see if I can maybe get a tag or two. That could be interesting. Max level and hyper spawn. All right, what are we do? We do chat. Good job, Arms Warrior. Played really well. I thought you did really good. What's another Nagrand? I like Nagrand. It's a solid arena. It works really well. Nagrand arena. 3 spots, but people are getting boosted. Could just sit in the middle. Oh, okay. I see. It's weird. I wonder if they're gonna fix that soon then. But that's what I'm wondering there, Jake. Jakey poo. Jakey boy. So you know how they're sitting in the middle and they're hyper spawning? And there's a bunch of dudes walking around tagging them? What if I tag those mobs as that group tags them? What if I also get a tag? Because there are elites, so multiple people can tag them. What if I tag him and I'm not part of the party and I get free XP anyway? So they get shared XP. They leech like 2.6k XP, but like split. I can get full value. I can get full value. I wonder if that's something I could do. Take advantage of it. So they're like, oh, they're paying, but I'm out here just tagging. I wonder if they could do anything about it, because I don't think they could really do much about that, would they? Alright, for Twitch. Interesting. Got ourselves, what's the name? AO, gotta be for that next. But Leva, AOE. AOE, his name is AOE, that's what it is. We got ourselves direct access as a Death Knight, gonna be Unholy versus Jesus, as both of these boys are gonna be up and running. with all of the ghouls, all of the abominations coalescing down the middle. Dome coming down from both of the Death Knight as Dax does not have a trinket. Did use a trinket. Using his Orc Racial Ultra Blast on Jesus. It looks like he's doing quite a bit more damage than Jesus is. Jesus may be a bit behind. Stone in the Dark does not have an out. Actually does have an ABF. Jesus may be going down. Oh, Dalaran did end up blasting him out completely. As the two unholies met in the center, with the monk going to be up next, trying to see if he can roll over to Derek. Lex Cube, not much you can really do. That's a lot of physical damage for him to fight through. Death Knights are generally not that great against pure physical damage. That Fist of Fury locking it down with the touch of death, not giving him much to work with. What is his name? Unio is going to be up next. I like that name, Unio. Got himself big damage versus Monk. Monk got himself lots of defense though. The Karma together with the defense magic as well as the what looks like a 4-brew. I mean, the guy is tanked up and he's still taking a lot of damage. By the way, the reason I call him Monk is because I have no idea how to pronounce that name. I'm not even going to attempt to. Unio may be in a bit of trouble with that defensive fury, but not really. More of an annoyance. More of an establishment that he just got to see if he can find a way to dismantle out here. As Unio charging back out. I did like you said, the fact that you're missing the robe, it's kind of so, those pants just look so weird to me. Clothy pants, man. Gonna be a big execute by Unio. Does that up, taking him out with BD. Gonna be up next as the Demon Hunter, charging him, putting all the bleeds onto Unio. Into an I-beam to follow. Unio maybe in a bit of trouble, does not have a lot of defense to work with. It's going to be battle match stricken with a rallying cry. He's borrowing a lot of health just to survive this. Eventually the bar health is going to catch up with him and he's going to lose all of it. Can he catch up in health right now? Needs to heal. Oh, it looks like one of those barred health elements, maybe the rallying cry, did fade a last second as a glaive toss came in, slicing the boy open. Not much you can really do in that situation. With Cracker going to be up next. Stormbolt on the BG. As the man trinkets out of it, backing up out of it, imprisoned himself. Oh my goodness, what a reflect for Krager. But that imprison also did give him an immunity for a second. That imprison, I feel like in some cases could be used strategically. Like, kind of like, let's say you're a mage and you're low in health and you root a warrior and you can't break your root, but then it pops to reflect. You can polymorph yourself so you can heal if you know health. You just polymorph and heal yourself out back up. So for BD, he could kind of use it to like immune an ability from Krager, couldn't he? If you time it. Stun, big damage, big blades on the BD, does activate Nether Walk, but I don't know if he can really walk much further. The man may be falling instead of walking in just a moment here. Big blades is still rotting him down, maybe in trouble. What is this, a Fury Warrior or a Feral Droid? What are these bleeds? The Scragger does get a charge, got himself an angle into a massive damage, does go in for Odin's Fury. The man is still under a ton of pressure, still bleeding out profusely, does still want to glaive, hope and praying for a demon to spawn in from the twisting nether, from the theater of pain. Stone into Krager, try to go for a hunt. Not much you can do in that case, yeah. That's unfortunate. That hunt was his last ditch effort. Maybe would have given him a little bit of survivability. But it's still unsure if that would have been like the show-win play. Blind onto Krager as Yasha blasting him out. Final reg, big hammer to follow, massive damage onto the Fury Warrior. The man is popping big defenses. Is it enough though? The Paladin wings damage, the burst is just so magnificent. Even though they nerfed it, it's still really, really solid. Like as a Paladin, I maybe it's like, maybe you guys notice it a lot more than I do. But man, it's still solid. Let's see how that exorcism play. Krager is still playing super defensive. Just trying to see if he can walk away from Yasha. The man is under a ton of threat, ton of pressure. Stun. Is it enough damage here? Does get the exorcism. That's going to put quite a hefty dot onto Krager. Does try to see if he counteractive versus Yasha. Is it another bubble comes out? Oh, taking him out with 1 health left in the tank. All he needs is just 1. I just hit 1, dude. I just hit 1 with Copy? I want to call it Copy. Gonna be up next. Stone to follow versus Yasha. No way out of it. War stop right after. Blade of Justice taking him out. Gut Dustin. Arms Warrior gonna be up next. I love that name. Gut Dustin. He's gonna dust these boys out of here. Let's Copy. Try to see if he can get out of there. What's your name? Kaplu? I have no idea what the other word is, but the first word is kind of like pulling or saving something, like saving. Oh Jesus, guys, there's a lot of damage by the warrior. Blind. Oh, it doesn't even matter. I mean, that's speaking of Jesus Christ, this man may need to find Jesus Christ himself. Lordy, that was a lot of burst. Dustin literally tried to dust these guys, tried to grind him to dust. Big damage. Oh, that execute could have been really bad, but Copy doesn't end up bubbling. It just did not trust himself to live that one. He saw the big axe coming down. Oh, he saw the red and he was like, I'm dead. I gotta play defensively. Big leap. Trying to see if he can bail out of there. Got himself the rainbow streak. Hopefully that rainbow streak makes it a little bit faster. Strobel to follow. But he got himself Trinket. Reflect down for Dustin. As he got himself that blade sharpened. Could be lots of pressure versus Copy. Does Copy wait to survive this here? Got himself the popcorn, but the man may be going down in soon. Fear by the warrior. I think he's seeing the wings out of the Paladin. He knows it's going to be a lot of threat. He's trying to decide whether he wants to stay in there or not. This is going to be stunned out of the pally as Dustin does catch up a little bit of health. Copy trying to see if he can make a play. Wings doing a bit for you, but not that enough. Defensive stance keeping Dustin plenty healthy. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of damage to his own. Warbreaker. Battle stance back up. Increasing his damage he's doing into a basic protection. May give the Paladin a chance to survive here. May give him a winning strategy here. Dustin trying to see if he can back up out of there. Parry up and running. Does give himself a bit of a second win. Is this enough to stay alive though? May be enough, may not be enough. Honestly, flash a light up and running for Copy right now. As Dustin trying to find himself a better angle here. Stunned by Copy. Dustin trying to see if he can maybe take him down. Oh, Dustin though is in trouble. The Warrior's in a big trouble. I don't know how much healing you really have. The dampening isn't super high. 32% dampening. It still gives you a bit of a fighting chance. It's still maybe able to make a play. Copy no longer has a bubble, no longer has a bob. So Dustin, the fact that he's alive right now, the fact that he's still hanging in here as an arms warrior is actually kind of impressive. If he can somehow not take damage for 6 seconds, he's going to activate second one, which is giving him a lot of recovery. That's where Copy, honestly, may need to make a play. May not be able to leave the warrior by himself at all. He may need to start like just harassing him a little bit, into a big old spear. Blaze storm to follow as Dustin blasting him out. May have him in execute range. I think he may just have him. Big layered hands. Oh, slamming on the big old executey. Oh my goodness. With AoE going to be up next. I call it AO. Yeah, maybe AoE. I'll try to do AoE. I feel like whenever I start speaking way too fast, nobody will tell I'm talking about AoE. They'll be like, why? Who's doing AoEs now? They're all using single target abilities. What are you on about? Stun onto AoE. The man does pop himself a bit of a burst skin. Incarnation is at the ready, but can Dustin fight through it? Potentially could pop a parry. May need to pop a parry for this one. There goes a parry. Got himself the smallest of second wins. At least no more trinket available for AoE though. Dustin, if he could somehow escape any kind of dots, any kind of bleeds, or somehow bypass the next stun by the Pharaoh, oh, it's gonna be a rough one. Do you have any healing though? Got himself a bit of a heal as the bite comes through. Just absolutely just blast out of the health out of the way. It's over. There's not much you can do in that case, yeah. I was hoping maybe the Warrior would be able to squeak out a victory. He did really well though. Lived it probably pretty good. This is probably good. Just about everybody got to play this game too. I love seeing stuff like this. Let's go, boys. This got us as another go in here, yeah? Hey, Dal, anyone playing Affliction Warlock tonight? Well, my man Tagsy isn't on tonight, isn't in for this one. But so far, we haven't seen a lot of Warlocks this evening. Maybe if I can get my boy Kryzer to hop on. Maybe if Cry joins in, maybe we could see him play some Affy. But speaking about Affy, actually, I meant to get a video up and running with an Affliction. But that's been delayed because the stream is active as hell. Kraken's ready? You two more? I can invite. Yeah. Alright, chat. We are looking for more competitors joining Team Jesus. We need a couple more beautiful boys in here. If you guys want to join, the group is open, listed already in the LFG on EU. Anyone can join in. Check the Raids Legacy section and just type in number 5. Just number 5 in the search. Number 5 with extra dip. Number 9 also with extra dip. Diet Coke. Nemi, we can get you in. Oh, cancelled. Carry? Oh! Is that Carry I remember? Is that the Carry I remember? Hold on, is that the man Carry I remember? Hold on a sec. I may be it. He's a human. He's a human. He be human. Hold on a second. And Nemi, that's a lot of warriors. I guess we get Nemi in here, yeah? Maybe the rotate out Team Kragar? Yeah, let's get him in here, man. That's a lot of warriors tonight, but I'm okay with that, honestly. I'm alright with that. The list. And give Jesus back the lead. Alright, what are you guys throw you into? Let's do Blade's Edge. What's up, guys? What's up, Carrie? Is this the Carrie? Carrie, are you the Carrie that I remember? Or are you a different Carrie? Or are you Carrie? Are you Carrie? Because if you're the Carrie that I remember, hell yeah. Blades 1? Oh. Apostrophe. There we go. If WoW gets killed, I could log it through. That's me, Joker. Yay! How you doing, my guy? Welcome, welcome. I haven't seen you ass in a while. How you doing, man? I remember you. This man was here during BFA. I remember this man fighting back and forth with my man. Was it Katrikin? Katrikin and him had a hell of a good deal. It's good. What about you? I am doing great, my guy. I've been enjoying the hell out of this expansion. Hope you're too. Yo, you see that Conquest and Valor being on cap next week? Huge for us, man. Yo, playing the arms, dude. I love arms and duels. It's so good. It's more survivable than before. It's been a while since it's been like super survivable. It normally isn't that livable, but it's really got better. It's really grown, man. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. My man Carrie joining back in. That's an old name that I remember. Old Warrior. An insane man right here. Yo, Carrie. Quick 1v5, yeah? Can we squeak out a quick 1v5, my guy? Easy? Quick 1v5 easy? Alright. Twitch. We got us as Carrie, gonna be first up. This man is a myth, a legend from BFA. Gonna be up versus AoE. Not the easiest matchup, but probably the matchup you want to have at the 10% dampener. Big damage onto AoE. Can't really leave the spear. Has to go Barskin with a Thorns to follow. Just trying to see if he can tank up as much damage as he can. Still holding on to a wall until later. Carrie does reflect. It not only does reflect the Thorns, or this one use of Thorns, but it also reduces the magic damage you take by like 20% for 5 seconds. I really like the changes they've done to the reflect ability, how it actually has a damage reduction component baked into it for a few seconds. It makes it so much more usable. Gonna be a wall for AoE, gonna be carried backing up out of there. Does not want to take a lot of bleeds, but he doesn't really want to give the Feral opportunity to recover behind the pillar. Battle stance immediately as AoE, trying to see if it can recover. No more wall, no more Barskin Stormbolt to follow, has a trigger for it. May need to go for some roots here. You may need to go really offensive on that CC chains. If you can control the warrior, he can maybe win this arena. Popping some bleeds on him, letting carry the warrior, take a bit of that bleed damage. That is something that Feral can do easily versus a play classic warrior. Thorns to follow, got himself that Heart of the Wild, so it's going to increase his amount of tankiness that he gets inside a bear form. Gonna increase his self-healing capabilities by quite a bit. And I think the damage on the Moonfire goes up since that is a ranged ability too. Stormbolt to follow, Gary catching up a little bit of healing, got himself the battle stance to increase his damage output. He does put him in a little bit, make him a little bit defensive, but greatly amplifies his damage overall though, or no longer reduces damage. Quick to fall by AoE as he just tried to see if he can bleed out Carry, looking to catch up. Heart of the Wild fading, Carry with a quick fear. The man got himself a full spear, maybe potentially parry, does get himself a parry, blades over everything. That's going to be AoE kind of in a bit of a trouble, trying to see if he can tank up this damage as much as possible. Can't really go counter aggressive with Carry at all because of that parry. Carry locking him down with a quick Stormbolt. That's going to be a little bit of that Thorns up next. Maybe Carry has a way to reconnect. Maybe leap to follow. AoE just try to catch up as much as he can. And Carry just walking into this arena completely clean of bleeds. Can use a second wind in order to catch up a lot of healing. Maim right after AoE, backing up away from the guy as Carry activates a little bit of defense. So far, AoE does not want to give this man a winning opportunity. He's kind of down on defensives. Does get himself a quick pounce onto the warriors. Sometimes he gets a little bit low. Carry still keeps dropping that defensive stance for battle stance, so he no longer reduces the damage that he is able to deal to the enemy competitor. That does leave him a little open, so being able to bounce between battle stance and defensive stance is important. Out of cooldowns, defensive stance. Better played super careful, look for healing. Thorns, especially during Thorns, you definitely want to be able to play it defensively. Maybe Fear Reflect for this one, that could be helpful as well. Bash onto the warrior for just a second. The Feral doesn't look like he really has a lot of cooldowns committed yet though. He's just trying to bleed out the warrior, let the dots do work over time. Carry trying to find an angle, maybe he can get a quick charge onto AoE, but the Feral is going to be able to catch himself, I think, a re-stealth. Does catch himself a proper re-stealth. And Carry mounting up, hoping to maybe outrun the Feral. He has no idea where the Feral is. Leap right behind him. He knows the Feral is going to be poking out of stealth in just a moment. Big bleeds are up. Carry may be in a bit of trouble. Does get him with the main. And maybe that's a route to follow. Does Stormbolt the Feral. Stormbolt, Spirit to follow. Blazestorm right after. Trying to activate a bit of defense. Whatever defense he's got. Trying to go for the big executes. Is it going to be another AoE at the hole whatsoever? So is Carry though. Shattering his defenses. Is that enough? Throwing in a weapon. Carry starting to recover a little bit of health. Little by little. Is the man dead? Oh, I think it might be over. He's crying. Bleeds are on him. I think he may be in a bit of trouble. Does he have any recovery whatsoever? Hey, we're trying to see if he can get a stun on the guy. That's going to be Carry. Catching him out of stealth. Catching up a little bit of health. Going to be a trinket off of that stun. Barskin available for the Feral Druid. Was that a Stormbolt? I think it might have been a Stormbolt. Shadow Meld. Maim. Oh. does take him down. That was a good shadow meld at the end there, man. That's a fantastic shadow meld. BD is going to be up next. Got himself a big glaive back-to-back onto AoE bash to lock down the Demon Hunter immediately. I-beam up and running for BD. Looking to crack through his defenses. Wall does damage off as AoE still takes huge hits out of BD. At least that wall is there to reduce the damage by 40%, and your health bar is still unable to recover. That's just how much damage a Demon Hunter can do when it comes to burst. Going to be big damage out of Cop. Is it going to be big, massive damage? Oh, Cop may be in a bit of trouble. Oh no, BD trying to see if he can back up out of there as he gets hit with the rebuke of the I-beam, imprisoned onto Cop for just a moment. Oh, fear right after. Oh my god, that hunt together with the blade rams, it was so strong. Cop may still be in trouble. Blind with the BD. Maybe he has a go. Good opportunity to make a play. War stop. Oh, quick war stop, man. He just stood there, stomped his little hooves, and then blasted him out. He just needed that 0.2 seconds of a stun, and that's all he needed. That's just enough. He's like, that's all I need. That's all I need. Nemi gonna be up next as a Fury Warrior. Try to see if he can fight through Cop. Cop walking into this one with a bubble, with a Blessing Protection. So he has plenty of ways to survive this damage. Gotta be Nemi up first. Charge in immediately. Stun to follow. Gotta be that exorcism dot burning onto Nemi. Does reflect for whatever damage Cop got for him. He's going to be able to reduce the damage of Exo for just a little bit. Standing on the consecration, Cop actually fine keeping this worry in his consecration. That's just free damage for him anyway. That's just free sustained damage that he just gets to add on, which is really weird. In PvP, normally people just walk away from consecration, but like if you just want to stay on the guy, like you're probably just going to stay in. Big exorcism does put quite a bit of down. Nemi trying to go counter-offensive with the defense as well. Bubble up available for Cop. Shatter available. Wait, Nemi does spec into Shatter. He's spec just to be able to beat a Paladin. Sometimes what a lot of the competitors in the 5v5 dueling arena do is they'll spec to fight the hardest class for the matchup. So the man decided, I'm going to put 1 point into the Shatter. Maybe I'll take a point out of damage or defense somewhere, maybe utility, probably out of damage. But he's just going to go for that Shatter just so he can bypass those defenses. Next, Blessing of Protection for Cop. He won't be able to just Blessing of Protection and just hammer Nemi unless he can maybe get a stun on him. He's just going to have to go for a Blessing of Protection and just run away. Hodge trading those CC, but it's going to be trick out on Nemi. Blind right after. Does have a trinket for it in case he needs to know. He does not actually. He has a human racial. That will put his normal trinket on the cooldown. He won't be able to use that for at least like minute, maybe about another minute, I'd say. It's about a 1.5 second DR between the human racial and the normal trinket. So when you have the human racial about 1.5 seconds, then the trinket should be back up. Nemi taking lots of damage though. Big blast out of the Paladin. Isn't enough though. Nemi trying to see if he can counter offensive it. Exorcism burning on him. Oh, but the Paladin just burned him in that righteous glory. Big Exos, big judgment, just blasting him out with as much as he can. Jesus, the Death Knight is up next, kind of giving Cop a bit more of a dual chance here. Just at least let him catch up a little bit of healing before he charges back out on him. Gonna be Cop, no bubble at the ready. Blessing of Protection could be used. Whose weapon is it poking up from above? Oh, that's not a weapon. I was thought maybe it was someone like on the top of the bridge, and then like at an angle where the weapons are poking through. No, it's just a weapon kind of stabbed into the wood. Cool. Jesus up next versus Cop. Got himself the full armor of the dead surrounding the Paladin. The man may be in trouble. Blessing of Protection may still be helpful here. May want to use the Blessing of Protection. At least you're denying physical damage. In trouble. Oh, and Jesus does end up just overpowering him with the might of the unholy Death Knight. Who is up next? Is it going to be a potential Cracker? Cracker's looking at the rest of the competitors. Is it going to be Dark? Or Derek? No, Krager up next. Reflected to Jesus. I guess reflected a chain of ice on him. Blind to follow versus Krager. Jesus trying to see if he catch up as much health as he can. With Krager, full cooldowns activated. Just has no target to burn through it. Literally waddling over to Jesus. I don't even know how he's walking like that. Literally just walking at him menacingly. Jesus trying to catch up whatever heals he can. 41% dampener though. Not going to give him much of an opportunity. Does have a trinket or no human Rachel in order to break out of that stun. With a Legiborn to follow. Kragar just needs to get his hands on Jesus just for a moment longer, just for 2 seconds, and he'll have him, I think. Disarm onto that stun, trinket out of the Kragar. Decided to burn the trinket just so he can say, oh, Jesus. He may have needed that trinket for Yasha if he takes on Jesus here, but maybe he's like just focusing on Death Knight. Like, just focus on him, take him down, figure out what we're doing afterwards. And actually, Jesus is doing such a good job doing free damage to Kragar. The A-bomb pet, as well as main goal is over there at no help whatsoever. Kragar was actually taking quite a bit of hits from those pets. That actually was doing quite a bit of value. Reflect up as Yasha tried to deny Krager any kind of recovery. Krager does have big defenses. You may need to activate him early on here. Stormbolt to Yasha. That is going to be the blind. Does he pop a defensive early? He may just need to. Defensive. Oh, I think he decided, you know what? I'm going down with the ship here anyway. Unio gonna be up next. Got himself full damage up and ready, but Yasha taking all the wings momentum and just blasted out the warrior. Not giving this boy a chance here. Fear by the Fury as he got himself that rage regeneration. Bubble to follow for Yasha. Does the warrior play or shatter? He does not. Oh my goodness, Yasha, your health just dipped to none. Battle Master Stricken was saving you, I guess, huh? Big damage by the Fury. Just needs one more global. Yasha, I think, bleeding out right now. Ooh, does go down to the bleed. Them Fury Warriors, man, have a lot of finishing power. Big bleed damage. With Copy getting 2 kills there. BD is slapping one down. Jesus, almost squeaking a victory past Krager, but not quite there, dude. If maybe he had a little bit more health and a full like army with a gargoyle and no pillar, keeping Krager out in the open, maybe? That could have been rough. Alright, boys, let's get us another going. I'm enjoying this a lot. These are fun. Yo, if you guys need help with the groups, let me know. If you guys want to find the groups, they'll be in LFG. They should be in LFG. You'll peep them in Dungeons Raids Legacy. And we actually got a group with Krager. Looking for 2 more. Krager got a group. It's Molten Core. Just happened Molten Core. For Krager's group, Molten Core. Just Molten Core. And it'll be Russian. That's not... I think this guy's actually doing Molten Core run. There's one of them with Kragar. Look for the one with the Kragar. If you see Kragar or someone that looks kind of like a Kragar, K-R-A... That's like an K-P-A-R-A-P. Parap? I don't know. But if you see that, Scotty joins in. Let's go, my boy. Hell yeah, Juice ready. Krager trying to get a couple more boys. You guys are more than welcome to. So hard to get against a Feral? I don't disagree. Yeah, that's a pretty hard matchup. I think it's more or less... It's better than a Rogue. not like it says much. Because I think Rogue is probably the best 1v1 matchup of any class in the game right now. Literally the best dueling class of the game. Absolutely could just cheese it. Cheesable. Super cheesable. Super burstable. You know? But yeah. Ready? Alright, boys. What did I throw you guys in? I like Black Rook Hold, man. Let's go Rook again. I need to throw you guys into like one of the reasons we don't do often, which maybe we'll have to do something like a... I'm thinking we may have to do something like a... What am I thinking of? Attack and Speak? Yeah, Attack and Speak. By the way, I got some solo kills done. Flashbang? No. I'm not gonna go against a flashbang. Play a dwarf and throws one go for you, lol. I mean, you're not wrong. Actually, not wrong. Play Darker and Dwarf in particular. All those bleeds become your rage, dude. They become your damage. That actually may be the play if you like properly playing. Oh god, properly playing 1v1 duels. Properly playing 1v1 duels. You probably would like if you're gearing for 1v1 duels, you probably would play dwarf. And then you turn that damage, let him pop all the bleeds in it, and then just turn it around. Flashbang would be the Kirin arena. No. I'm not gonna make you guys play the flashbang. GG, it was on speed. Hi to my man. Hope you're having a good one. Alrighty, boys. Let's get ourselves yet another duel tonight. Oh, Sharpies. Which? We got ourselves a team with Carrie gonna be first up, and it's gonna be going up against the Sharpies immediately. Has himself Reflect and Shure. I have no idea how to say Shuri. Let's call him Shuri, man. I could go Shuri. I could do Shuri. Let's call him Shuri. Some of your names are so difficult to pronounce. Shuri gonna be out versus Carrie, trying to make sure he doesn't reflect any of these PowerPC abilities back at Carrie. Back at himself. Stun! Oh, that's what I was talking about. Getting a stun, reflected back at shit. Not great. Does get a juke at Carrie. Big juke. Does give himself a bit of that precognition. faster casting, immune to CC. If you end up juking somebody on a kick, oh, you're rewarded as a caster. It is a very interesting PvP talent that's actually kind of valuable. Trying again to see if you can juke out. Oh, carry though, what was that? I guess actually the priest was out of disperse, was out of all the defenses. That felt like it was a pretty big execute. The man went from like 22% health. Oh, yet another stone reflected. This man's reflects are on point tonight as Carry absolutely blasted these boys back into the Stone Ages, crushing them down to dust. So far, Shadow Priest has been manageable. Can he fight through Pally though? Stun onto Pally with a Blade Storm to follow in case there's going to be a stun out of Cobb. Cobb just trying to see if he can blast him out. Got him to the power cord. He's ready for what's going to come next. But at some point decided, you know what? I actually can catch up. What? He's already hitting BD. BD running out of. He's like, stay out of this. Don't come any closer. I'm going to unleash everything I got. You better back up out of here. He got himself wings blaring. He's trying to enact the justice carry with a reflect, and that's going to be Cobb denying that stun for a bit. Spirit to follow, maybe in a bit of trouble. Cobb could be in a bad situation. Got himself shield event. His carry just fighting through the shield. He doesn't care. Trouble to follow. Maybe a bubble play right here. Maybe in the bubble strat. Cobb trying to see if he can back up out of the carry, slowed down by that hand of hindrance. He's trying to hinder the arms warrior. I was going to say Fury, but the arms warrior. Blades up to follow. Was that a stun? If that was a stun, that was very, very unfortunate. Cobb might have made a misplay there. I guess we'll find out if that was a stun. Does not chain blind into a stun. That might have been a stun. Oh no, the Blade Stone was perfect then. Carry got himself the avatar. He's at the ready. Cobb still in a situation where he could be in a lot of trouble. Oh, there goes a stun. Maybe it wasn't stunned then. Maybe I had it wrong. What was that then? Big damage onto Carry. Worst time to follow. Has a fear for Cobb. Cobb has a big final wreck ready for Carry. It's already burning upon him. And Carry able to recover a lot of health very, very quickly. Big Blade Storm to follow. Maybe Bubble. Does go for Bubble. Shatter. He does play Shatter. Carry has to play defensive. He has to run. He can't heal. Shatter. Try to see if he can load it up. Maybe Leap. Does he have a Leap? He does have a Leap. But it's not quite the angle. He can't really connect with that leap. He still has to walk through the consecration, which I think also slows him down by a little bit, doesn't it? It may be. Mounting up, trying to see if he can catch up to Cobb. Blessing of Protection may not be enough for Cobb. He may have to play this pillar super, super hard. Trying to walk the warrior out in the open may not be the best play for him. I think this whole area, this whole wall, this pillar area right here has actually been to his advantage. I think he's trying to see if he can reposition, carry out in the open, Spirit to follow. Cobb may be in trouble. Lay on hands. He's denying himself from a Blessing of Protection. May be in trouble. I think that may actually just end on you right now. Shield of is carry. Does not care for that thing at all. It's going to be Cobb using that big pillar down the middle. Leap around the corner, charge. Trying to see if he can reconnect. Maybe one more hit. One more execute is all he needs. One execute him through. But a hand of healing, hand of Word of Glory does end up healing you. Healing hands do heal you. Stormbolt under Cobb. Does have a stun for Carry. Carry starting to take a little bit of chipping damage. This man's starting to get chipped away a little bit actually. Maybe pretty bad for him. Cobb at this point should have Blessing of Protection back up. Stun to Carry. Is this enough? Can he make something happen here? He got himself a bit of damage. I don't know if that's enough though. Carry's still a little bit of health. He just got like 2 health. Good enough. I get back in there. But looks like Carry's actually going to go for full reset. He's going to go for the leap. Trying to make sure the Cobb does not get to really catch up to him. Using the leap does give him a little bit of movement speed. Hoping to catch up a little bit of health. Consecration is going to cinch his little toesies though. Disrupting that second when healing. Stormbolt onto Cobb. Does he have a Blade Storm to follow? Does have a Blade Storm. Cobb may be in trouble. Blessing of Protection. Trying to see if he can shatter right through it. War Stomp. Still has a shatter. Is he going to do it? Oh, no, not yet. Oh, so close, man. Another Blade Storm for Carry as he does activate himself, the Avatar. Defensive stance to follow. Cobb trying to see if he can find a way out of this situation. I think Cobb may have cooldowns coming back up. Final wreck, trying to see if he can pressure Carry. Carry with the reflect in case there's maybe a Hammer of Justice coming down. It's going to leap away from the Paladin, knowing there's going to be a lot of output here. Maybe waiting until the parry's back up. He does have a trinket. Will not be able to use it for a bit, though. No, he does get to use it, apparently. Never mind, the time is out. I was looking at his human racial and that was still on cooldown. Gonna be a Cobb taking a lot of damage back-to-back executes. No more protection. Oh, and Carry does take him out. That's not because why the Paladin got no Blessing of Protection? I mean, there's not much they can do about it. Sojiro joined in as another Arms Warrior. The 2 juggernauts out here. Sojiro, the Arms Warrior God. Actually, just a Warrior God in general. Not really one spec or another. Carry playing up the Arms Warrior. That is going to Spear. Can't really go anywhere. Well, actually, hold on. He is able to walk away from Spear. Stormbolt into Sojiro. Leaping back in. Trying to see if he can deny Carry any kind of healing. But both of them are the same class. Can you catch up to him? I don't think you can. Does get a charge around the corner, finds himself the pixel of line of sight. Stormbolt to carry. Is this enough to make some damage happen? Definitely can pop some bleeds on him. Fear is going to be a Zerker Rage out of Sajiro, trying to avoid giving carry anyways out of this one. Blaze Storm for carry. Maybe going offensive. It looks like Carrie was trying to figure out maybe Blaze Storm, but maybe walk away. Maybe I should chase up to Sajiro because I got a Blaze Storm. Maybe I back up. Looks like he's coming into the backup completely. Unless Sajiro got more mobility to deny carry the heal. Second one is going to be back up in just a moment. But he's bleeding. Something's definitely still hurting him. His health is still taking damage little by little. Stormbolt around the corner. Sajiro trying to make a big play. Big sharpened blade. Carry's going to be denied any kind of healing. Even if he goes for like someone like a impending victory. Not a lot of healing to be done. Disarmor to carry. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Does try to see if he can leap away with Sajiro. Catching back up to him with the Blaze Storm right after carry. Got himself the Avatar. Spear versus, I think, Sajiro. Carry in trouble though. Sajiro with a parry right now. Not much carry can really do. Does get himself a defensive stance. But I don't really know. Unless he got himself a heal. Rattling Crawford to second. He needs a heal. Stormbolt and a heal. Sajiro has a Stormbolt back up. He could make a play. Is he just going to let carry recover? There's no way he's going to let carry start recovering, right? Oh, maybe he's waiting for that battle stance. Stormbolt for Stormbolt. Carry has a human racial for this one. Does catch up a little bit of healing. Used to activate parry early on. Parry up right now. Battle stance. Trying to make a play. Blast up to Sajiro's defenses. Fear is going to be able to catch back up to him. Sajiro trying to see if he can walk away while the parry is up on the carry into a disarm right after. Carry does not have a way to break out of a stun for a while. Defensive stance. Trying to see if he can tank this up a little bit. Does he have anything left? Maybe a fear. Maybe he could use a fear. Blade Storm to follow. Got himself the Avatar. That's going to activate a little bit of damage into a... Oh, does catch himself a bit of a heal off that fear. Just to give himself a bit of a breather. Sajiro with the Stormbolt. Stormbolt to follow. That's going to have a chicken. Big... Oh, shattering his defenses. Both of the warriors playing to each other, man. Oh my god. The cooldown for cooldown. Trading on them. Was actually kind of fun to watch. Oh my goodness. Jesus is going to be up next. As on a Holy Death. And Sajiro given an opportunity. Just... Actually, kind of sort of give an opportunity to catch up a little bit of healing just by walking, but sheer sake of walking over from all these pets before they can attack him immediately. But he's really under a ton of pressure. 40% dampening. He's gonna have to get super hyper offensive. I think he has to get aggressive. There's no way to recover this. But it looks like Jesus left him in an underwater position. He just stunned him, dropped down an army to surround him, chain of ice, walked away. There's nothing he can do. What is he going to do? Fight through the army of ghouls that don't really even matter in the grand scheme of things? It's just a rough place to be. Philo Staro is going to be up next. Philly up next is the Frost Mage, actually. I've seen a couple of Frost Mages joining these duels before. They actually can do really well. He is playing the build of Frost Mage with a pet, so I wonder if that gives him any kind of like inherent advantages. He's going to use that all the time in order to reposition away from Jesus. As Jesus just chipping away at the guy. Gonna be Philly swapping over and starting to Frostbolt at the main ghoul. It's gonna let him build up those icicles, which if he's playing the Glacial build, that is gonna help him out quite a bit. Frostbomb versus Jesus, Ring of Fire is gonna trinket, trying to interrupt Philly on any kind of fire damage. But the frost damage should still be pretty good, especially if you can get a big shatter bonus onto Jesus. That ice bomb, frost bomb actually did quite a bit of work. Nova onto all these pets as it gets summoned up. Does Phil have any more damage to follow? Just got instant cast, chipping away at the AMS, so Jesus is actually able to break through it pretty easily with the Ray of Frost to follow, but only if he had himself some kind of like a root onto Jesus while he is channeling that Ray of Frost. Then he would be in a fantastic spot. Shifting power to follow, maybe can get some cooldowns. May have to go for a bit of a ice block potentially. Battle Mass Trick getting used up with the ultra time, so he's got himself plenty of defense unless he gets stunned up. He's okay actually, he can still use that all the time, I think. But it's not have all the time. Ice block to follow as Jesus got himself the big dome down with an IBF. Gonna be Philly actually poking out of the ice block really early on, trying to see if he can take down Jesus right then and there. Dropping down the frozen orb with the Blizzard Nova onto the pet. The Mages of the Dead casting at him, chipping away at his health. Does Philly have any more cast to work with? Freezing that pet entirely. So at least he doesn't have to fight both the pet and the Death Knight. Stunned with the Army of the Dead joined in. Made to go for yet another ice block. Does he have a second one? Trying to see if he can buy himself a little bit of time, but he just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it. With Kraken going to be the last one left over on the team one. Trying to see if he can fight through Jesus. Should be able to take him down, but the next competitor with a four-man team on Jesus, BD, Nim, and Yasha, I don't really know if he'll be able to do much. We will see, but I don't know if he'll be able to do much there. It's actually Jesus trying to see if he can survive Kraken. There's no way, right? There's no way you outrun this man. There's no way you keep running this Furious Warrior, dude. There's no way. If you somehow make it out of your life, I'll be very, very impressed, Jesus. He's definitely trying to give it a good old shot, man. A good old college try. Krager no longer has his orc racial. He doesn't have his cooldown. Stormbolt as he gets gripped in by Jesus. Jesus with a trinket to follow. Krager looking for that execute. Trinket right after just to end them right there. He's got himself full place, so there's no way. He did commit a trinket though, so I don't really know. Maybe he should have just not done that. But maybe he was like, you know what? I feel like Jesus is going to do everything he can to win. I got to deny that. I gotta deny him that victory. Reflect up for Krager, get himself a bit of a defensive stance. Blind by Yasha, trying to see if he can avoid Krager as best as he can. A final wreck down with a stun to follow, blasting him out. Oh, big damage. Oh, not much you can really do about that one. Well done though, well done. Carry with two, Jesus slowly calling it back for his team. Krager comes in. Some of the boys in team 2 didn't get a chance to play, but for the most part, everybody got a chance. I like it. I like seeing stuff like that. All right, boys, let's get another one going. I'm enjoying these a lot. Having my man Krager join these, dude. I've been liking the variety we've had. As soon as we abandoned rogues, as soon as we put them in the corner, we had Pharaohs, we had Frost Mage, we had Death Knights, Paladins, Warriors, Demon Hunters. Спасибо за игры. Thank you so much, Krager. Krager looks like he's gone for the night, man. Большое спасибо, друг. Надеюсь, увидим вас и твою команду в следующей неделе. Yo. Thank you so much, Krager. Appreciate ya. Krager's gone for the night. Anybody want to take over Team Krager? Because I'm down to keep going, man. I'm down to keep going for a couple more games. Oh! Massive class tuning? Yo! Big class tuning chat. Massive class tuning coming next reset. Hit me with it. What do we got? Alright. Blood Death Knight. Oh! Frost Death Knights! Buster Death Knights, boys! Hard strike damage buff. Oh, that's significant. That's some big buffs right there. Sanguine Ground while inside Death and Decay is increased by 6. Oh, Blood Boil buff. Death and Decay buff. Shattered Bows. Oh my god, look at them buffs. Frost. Unleash Frenzy duration increased to 10. I don't know what that is. Cleaving Strikes Obliterate hits 2 additional targets was 1. Yo, that's a buff right there for the two-hander. Wait, okay. So, Death Knights. When they Frost normally doesn't have a cleave. You have Remorseless Winter, you have your Howling Blast, you have maybe like your Scythe, right? Talents, nobody plays Scythe really. But one of the things that Frost can do, and that's something they took from Shadowlands, is that, you know, Night Fae, Blue, Death and Decay, while inside of that Death and Decay, your Obliterate hit a second target. That was new for Frost Death Knight. That target cleave with a two-hander actually made it kind of work. They brought that over into Dragonflight. There's a talent where once you stand in Death and Decay, for Unholy, you get your Scorch Strike Cleave. For Blood, you get your Heart Strike Cleave. For Frost, you get your Obliterate Cleave. And that can hit a third target. That's a huge damage increase. Huge. It's massive. It makes a two-hander build that's super Obliterate heavy. Awesome. But also helps out the breath build as well. It is a big increase. It's just an extra target, not a big deal. It's massive. It gives them such a range because they were excellent two targets. They were one of the best class of two target cleave. Best class of two target cleave. Like Warriors are good with super strikes for what, 65, 75% damage cleaves to secondary target. Even Desert Warlock's like 65, 70 damage, 70% damage cleaves to secondary target. They were 100% cleave. Now it's the third target. It is awesome change. Frost Fever, damage buff, that's good, that's passive. Glacial Advance is good too, that's a good cleave ability, that's massive buff. Frost Strike buffed as well. Frostbolt's A damage increase, that's okay. Side buff by 35, that may actually make the talent better. That may actually make the talent usable, because no one plays it. Guardian, they're increasing the armor, this was from before. Resto, all healing reduce, fun. Preservation, all healing reduce. No, they're trying to nerf down the best healers. Beast Mastery, all 100 pet abilities and that's a big one, the pet one. Pet abilities and damage. That's awesome. That's also really good. Oh, buff by 5% for all across the board. That's good. I felt like hunters were kind of falling behind. This should be pretty good. This should be like overall, it's a 5, but like multiple 5% buffs over and over. Like that could stack up together. The pet one is interesting because that actually helps survival and Beast Mastery a ton. Normally the aura buff does very little, but that's significant. I don't know, for Marksman it doesn't do much because you normally don't play a pet, but like that's significant. That is significant. Mist River, all healing buff by 3. Vivify, heal increase. Cloud of Focus increases healing and decreases mana cost by 20. Cool. Peaceful Mending now increases healing of Envelop Mist and Ruin Mist by 20 to 25, 50%. That's sizable. Wow. That's really good. So Peaceful Mending is when you're like soothing one person, you can soothe another. That's a big heal. That's gonna be great for PvP and like burst. Spin and cranking damage increased by 15. That's also a buff for healing, because when you use the Night Fae and you spin, your allies heal for a portion of that spin and cranking damage. Your spin and cranking is buff, your healing is buff. That's a healing buff as well. Angelic According gives you a chance of Rise and Psychic to reset by 5 to 10%. That's also awesome. So that means you can Rise and Psychic more output. And then you have talents that allow... We have talents from Monk where when you Rise and Psychic, you put a HOT on allies or extend HOTs and stuff. So basically with resets, you can just play like a build where you're all melee and you're just healing people constantly. With new HOTs that keep extending themselves. It's really, really good. It can promote a haste heavy play style that's like super melee oriented. It could be really fun. Lessons of Down increases healing and damage by 40 with 35. That's also awesome. Shaylun's gift amplifications. Paladin, Pally, tank, Avenger shield damage increased by 10. Awesome. Good to see. Blessed Hammer, Hammer with Righteous Crusader Strike damage increased by 30. Also significant. Also significant. Not bad at all. Hammer Rat damage increased by 15. Also pretty good. Hey, that's awesome. Priest Holy, all healing increased by 3. Good. I don't see a lot of Holy Priests nowadays. Shaman, healing increased by 10. Great. They needed something like this. Healing Surge increased by 10. Chain healing by 10. Good. Healing Wave increased by 10. Healing Rain, 10. Overflowing. Good. This is a good change. Shamans felt like they were behind for a bit. That's good. A good change. Warlock, Inquisitor's Fell Barrage increased by 35. Gaze no longer casts Fell Blast. Soulkeeper, damage increased by 35. Inquisitors against Soulkeeper are not contributed to Warlock's damage profile as much as we'd like. After this adjustment, we'll continue to watch Warlock's overall performance and make further adjustments. These are their capstones in the class tree that are just not that useful. They like Soulkeeper was going to be really, really good for a little bit, but then he kind of got gatted. So it just kind of went fell gaze. They're buffing both of them a little bit. Destruction, Soulfire damage increased by 50, Incinerate increased by 5. That's pretty good. So far, I think they're trying to make those builds a little bit better. But Incinerate damage 5 it's good. It's almost like a 5% damage buff because you incinerate a lot. Demonology, Wild damage increased by 50, Vile Fiend 30. With all both Destruction and Demonology could use some improvements to the overall contribution single target. These adjustments are specifically targeted for talents that we feel could be more competitive, while also putting additional power into rotation spells. That's good. That's really good. Passive damage increases and damage increases to certain on these talents. PvP changes. Nelthrax Stimulus kind of grants 1 second attack speed instead of 5. Okay, they're nerfing that weapon, so it's not less mandatory for PvP. Good. It's a weapon that basically gives you like faster attack speed until 30% or like, yeah, 30, 25 or 30, 20, either 20, 25 or 30% more attack speed if you keep hitting the same target. So they changed it to 1 to make it like, you don't need to get this raid bow to be good in PvP. Good. Good. Restless Hunter, Demon Hunter talent. Next blade does by 40. Ah, we continue. I see. You know how Demon Hunters run in? They just do big blade sweep, and then one shots people. Yeah, they're trying to like, okay, bursting ability. Let's reduce it. Guardian, friends of region healing reduced by 50% with 65. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's for PvP. It doesn't really matter then. Evoker, Living Flame healing increased by 30 in PvP. Verdant Embrace healing by 20. Oppressive Verb increased the duration of common CC by 30 instead of 20. Oh, big buff. Tended to offset the above noted game-wide 5% healing reduction by target abilities that we would like to see more prominent in Preservation Evoker's PvP healing profile. This also helps Devastation too. Additional Person Roar has not been a valuable talent, so with the buff it, hey, they're making CC more effective with that one. That could be interesting. PvP, Beast Mastery. 4 piece now increases damage of next command by 10 was 20. Okay. Rapid fire damage increased. Good. Aim shot increased. Oh, camera shot increased. Oh, that's so good. Yo, marksman gonna be big. With the removal of double tap, marksman armor damage has been lower than we'd like to see. You think? So we're seeing several main rotation abilities while decreasing unearned vision with the goal of higher sustained damage. So unearned vision critical effectiveness is basically like while you have true shot aura active, you build up this buff that gives you more crit and crit damage. This allows them to get some really big bursty hits into one-shot players with double tap particularly. If you stack it up to like 20% more crit damage and crit chance, you get a big double tap rapid fire explosive shot. There's a lot of damage altogether. They're trying to reduce their burst, but give them a lot more sustain. 15% is sizable. That's quite a number, usually. Alright, Monk Healing Sphere. Attacks by backlash effect of Stable Affliction. Healing increased by 350. It's just to have more consistency among the spell effects and taking carefully into consideration. Benefits of spell in it. Additionally, we felt like the healing and healing sphere has been too weak. Cool. Dispel backlash effect from Stable Affliction and Vampiric Touch. Healing increased by 350. Oh, okay. Healing sphere. Nice. So healing sphere also dispels? I didn't know that. Siphon. Healing no longer stacks with similar effects. Oh, okay, so you don't have like Siphon on top of another healing reduction. Oh, Voldelva before said reduced by 50. Okay, so Siphon no longer stacks with others. I guess that was way too strong. Make Sharp is really good because you can stack one, like Sharpened Blade with a Siphon, you get no healing. Crazy. Yeah, Chimera's about to hit 70k easy. It's gonna be kind of nutty. I'm interested. Assassination. Voldelva's foresight, which basically allows them, as they apply poisons to the enemy, they get a buff that makes the bleeds more effective. 4P set bonus to Assassination has been more significant in the damage profile. They were like, the bleed playstyle for Assassin has been insane. Wound Poison, Deathmark version, healing regression no longer stacks with similar effects. Wound Poison, Deathmark, healing reduction appears to be mechanically similar to many others, but we're stacking with other effects and each other in a way that was not clearly communicated to the player. So you could play Arms and Assassination, Sharpened Blade, double Wound Poison, Deathmark. Those you couldn't get healed. You couldn't literally get healed. And yet was having a significant impact on at which position would be in favored enough when overperforming in PvP, which standardizing this to be favored to follow the same rules, similar effects. Alright. So I guess they're just no longer gonna stack. Yeah. Restoration, damage dealt to our Earthen Totem caused by damage absorbed pets. Reduced by 90? So pets no longer contribute as much to our Earthen Totem. Okay, cool. Nice. So you don't make Earth Totem feel less impactful as defensive, and just try to quickly synergize teammates of pets. Yeah. Warlock, a stable fiction backlash damage increased by 35. Our recent change to normal stable fiction backlash damage we've seen is spelled frequently. Our intent to spell stable fiction to require careful consideration. Okay, some more reward. I'll put it on my Chaos Bolt damage increased by 40. Was 15. Let's go! Big buzz. Resulting issue caused Bane of Havoc. Deal more damage than 10 targets. Okay, so that kind of makes sense why people are running Bane of Havoc. Spell Fissure healing reduction no longer stacks. Okay, cool. Awesome. Alright, Arms. Execution precision at 30% effect was 50. Ah, nerfed it a little bit, didn't they? Martial prowess at 30% effect was 50. Ah! They're going after all the good stuff, huh? Overpower damage increased in PvP. Slam damage increased by 40%. We see Mortal Strike come to represent too much of Arms. It's doing like 120k crits, Douglas. Just to give you guys an example. It's a lot. We've seen Mortal Strike come to represent too much of Arms Warrior's total damage in PvP. Additionally, it often results in spikier damage we're comfortable with, so the movement towards an overall rebalance across several abilities. So pull back on the burst, give them more sustain. So overall, the damage should be more or less the same, just not as all or nothing. So that's good. Dude, there's some good changes. So for PvP, they're still going after the burst. They're going after the healing reductions, which has been prevalent in PvP recently. And they're buffing a bunch of classes that are underperforming in PvE. Good changes. I like it. Do you have any groups at all? Are we done? Are we done for the day? Thanks. Alright, we're done, ski boys. Destro Master build gonna be too sharp, people. It definitely could do a lot of damage. But is Destro popular in PvP right now? I don't see a lot of them nearly as much. I see a lot of Demonology. Feral players. Yeah, I see that. That's good asset. Look at that. Look at this. I have to post it real quickly. Feral players. Friends original healing reduces 50%. 165. Guardian. That's so good. That is so good. Alrighty, boys. Need help with the group? Need to. Oh, so we don't have Jesus with the group. We don't have Kraga with the group. And Lim, I think you're the only one with the group right now. So we won't just need 2 more. We need like 7 more. 2 for you and 5 for another group. Dasher is really common in solo shuffle, really. Okay, I think they're gonna appreciate that buff to Chaos Bolts. I think maybe the buff to Chaos Bolt is to offset the healing reduction of Chaos Bolt. But it's gonna be good for them, man. Arcane Mage. Oh, Arcane Mage doesn't get any changes. 30k rapid fire ticks. At least they're not double tap rapid fire ticks, man. I think giving them some damage on rapid fire and aim shot is not the worst move, because like they really were like, oh, I got double tap, I can get a kill. Otherwise, it's like they kind of just wait until double tap is back up. Okay, bet I'll try Rogue or Mage them. I keep having problems with Rogue's killing me. I know that. I'm in Demon Hunter, but like every spell is AoE. Kind of want to try something better. Yeah, go for it, my guy. I think if you play Rogue right now, we're a pretty good spot. Rogues are good. Rogues are that big good. Chat, I'm excited about the changes, man. I'm very, very excited about those. I was gonna work at a PvP guide on a certain spec, and now I got nerfed a little bit. I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe it still would be worth it. Boys, thanks so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed the duels tonight. More tomorrow over for the team NA. And next week, EU, be here early so we can get some groups up and running. I'll let you guys know exactly how to host them. Using the LG tool is pretty easy. Also, if you guys haven't yet, join our Discord, man. That's probably the best place to reach out to me if you want to. Boys, thank you so much. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful evening. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Carrie, hopefully see you again next reset, yeah? Next week. And, yo, this buffs look good, man. These buffs are looking kind of good. I'm a little afraid for the Arms Warriors when it comes to duels because their motorcycle is going to be less deadly. But you guys do have other abilities you can use in order to get a little bit more damage. So I don't think you guys are going to be that far behind in duels. There is, if you play the Tarion Skullbreaker build, yeah. Skullcracker? Skullbreaker? Skull Smasher? Skull Fracture? Skull... What is it called? The Skull... I remember later. Alright, boys. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go enjoy some pizza. I'm going to enjoy some leveling. I'm going to go enjoy some Nokudon leveling in particular. I'll see how that looks like or how that plays. Maybe do some dungeons. I'm doing a little bit of solo kill my rogue. We're almost 2400 on that thing. I don't kill as much as I should be, but I've been really just raiding a ton. Oh, speaking about raiding, probably should get some pluses out of the way on my ults, man. With Valor being uncapped next week, I gotta get that score, dude. I gotta get some of these items up and running to a better level, because then I can just kind of grind it out. That's gonna be awesome. Boys, thank you so much for coming by. Thanks so much for watching. Hope all of you enjoyed. And I'll see all of you in the next stream. Alrighty, boys. Peace.
Change what you